Hey everyone, how are y'all? Kat and Sally Mae, how are y'all tonight? Hey Betty Joe, how are you? Hey Avery, how are you? Courtney, how are you? Betty Joe, how are you?
Good.
Betty Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I swear, y'all hold on a dang minute. Oh, hold on. Okay, say
Can you hear
something.
me now?
Yes, I can now. That's
Uh,
because earlier, hey Princess Megan, when I was over on Avery's scene trying to figure out what was going on, Avery, that's not funny. Um, I was messing with my settings, trying to teach her how to do her settings, and fuck mine all up. Lindsay, how are you? Yeah, just completely screwed mine all up. Bunch of bullshit. The baby can't hear me, can she?
no, she's too busy on that iPad. She don't care.
Okay, okay. Scott H, how are you?
She cannot. She don't pay attention to nobody when she's about that thing.
Okay, well, I was just a cussing, so I just want to make sure. Dreamcatcher, how are you
Nah,
tonight?
she she's too busy on that iPad. She's in her own
All
little
right,
world.
well, as long as she don't hear me. So I will say Betty Joe is just going to be me and you tonight.
Why Avery's not coming up?
No, because of this, and I wish Vapor was in here so he could hear me in my little rant. And I don't know where he's at, but this stupid little thing that him and Avery had going on, their bet or whatever, with the whole 30-day
Yeah,
not going on panel thing, and yeah, all because of that. And me and her spent like all day yesterday and a majority of today working on the Savannah Hill case. I'm sitting here begging her to please come up. Don't pay no attention to what Vapor has to say because he don't know nothing. And guess what? She still ain't gonna come up.
Avery, get your behind up here. You better stop playing.
So I'm waiting on him to come in because I am upset because now I have to go change my title and my thumbnail because I thought she was going to change her mind and would come up, and I put Savannah Hale in the thing, and I can't really talk about it. Hey Elsie, how are you? I can't really talk about it because she has the majority of the notes.
Yeah, Avery, get your. You better come up here. Don't make me come to Alabama.
Get her, Betty Joe.
Avery,
I literally
Do
begged
I
her
have to
all
get?
day today.
Do I have to get the little monster?
So I'm just waiting on Mr. Vapor to come in so I can rant at him too.
Cause you need to come up here so we can talk about the case since you got the majority of the notes.
Hey Shishi, how are you?
Baby, tell Avery come up on the panel. No. You're not gonna tell her? She's too busy.
That baby's just wanting to play on her iPad. Cats, I can't fake it though. That's the thing because she has the majority of the stuff. Yeah,
A-
Dreamcatcher, she's in the chat, but she won't come up on panel because of this stupid thing that her neighbor had going.
it's so dumb.
Well, I mean, he's the one that did it. It's all his fault.
But the thing is, he can't make her do nothing. He lives in where's he live?
Vegas.
Vegas, and she lives in Alabama. What's he gonna do?
It's just the point that she, like she says, she's going to win the bet. Hey, Tiff, how are you?
Start the bet tomorrow.
Well, that's what I said. But
I'm
you
sure
know,
they
they
start tomorrow.
already why are they already throwing ads out? It ain't even been on here 5 minutes yet. Tiff, I am doing good, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, Sally Mae, give Avery the chair.
I'm gonna give her more than the chair.
So, real quick, if you have not hit the thumbs up on your way in, please do so. Also, don't forget to put your chat on live chat.
Yeah, it's funny. 'Cause
Unfrozen. Okay, Sally Mae, that's fine.
I fell asleep for like an hour.
Well, I did sleep a little bit late this morning, and then I got up and then had to go back to sleep because I was tired. Can I just cancel the bet because I'm the mom of Tiff? If I could, I would. I think it's a stupid bet, but if somebody challenges me to something, I'm always up for the challenge.
Yeah, but right now
So,
we're
you
going
know,
over we're going over cases. We can't have this challenge going on right now.
don't tell me, tell me.
Well, if Vapor would bring his, well, I can't even say it. He needs to bring his body into the chat. Avery, you better bring your butt up here so we can get on with this. Why is it every time I come outside, either a
I,
dog wants to bark or cars want to ride by?
I can hear your cicadas now.
Yeah, or they want to be loud.
Avery, how are you?
You know what?
What?
Vapor doesn't have a channel.
He
Can't
doesn't.
comment.
I forgot.
But yeah, they took his channel.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, he don't either.
Yeah, because there was nothing on it.
But he's
Um,
texting. He's like, for what? What's she going off on me for?
Well, he better hurry up and make one.
Vapor, you got punked by me and Scarlett.
hold on.
He better hurry up and make one.
We we planned this.
Yeah, this has been 2 days in the making, y'all. Like I had to channel my inner mad mother. Like whenever I'm getting onto my kids to hold a straight face.
I don't understand why they took his channel if there ain't nothing on it.
That I don't know. That don't make any sense.
Yeah, I
What?
was trying to figure that out too.
What?
But dang, the whole prank didn't even work because we didn't get to see him commenting in chat going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
What?
but what was on his first one they took down?
Oh, it was the videos he did of Crystal, uh, um, 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 Jana's sister.
Why though? There was nothing wrong with them.
Yeah,
This
I
is
didn't
like
think.
what his third one that they've taken.
Yeah, but he hasn't even put any content on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. I mean, I do know if they banned you or take a channel from you, and if you make another one, I do know sometimes they take that one.
You guys, there's this homeless stray cat out here, and it's so close to me. It's been coming closer and closer for like 3 weeks, and
Wait, a what? A
we've
what
been
now?
a cat is a
Oh,
it's a stray cat that came from a litter down the street, and we were trying to catch them, but they were so wild that the cat is coming like closer and closer to me because we put food out. The neighbor does, and I do, but the cat won't let anybody touch it, but it's like inching its way closer to me. Right now, it's about 5 feet from me,
Well,
and
if you
it's so skinny. It's so skinny, and kind of looks like it came straight from Pet Cemetery.
Well, just keep feeding, and it'll eventually.
yeah,
Uh,
and it'll eventually come to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like sitting there looking at me like it wants to come so bad.
hey, King. Yeah, just give it time.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
I gotta change my thingy here real quick.
I was out here tossing tuna fish to it the other night, and it was inching closer and closer to me. And then it realized how close it got to me, and it panicked and took off.
Kat says she would have brought it in the house.
You can't catch it. It won't.
Else,
It won't let anybody touch
That
it.
Where do you have the food at?
Well, we've been putting it mainly across the street over at my neighbor's. We've been putting it up high where the other cats can't get to it. We try to like watch and keep the other cats away from it. She's got her porch is up real high. And then over here, like I come out and I throw like wet cat food, pieces of wet cat food, or but I was using tuna fish the other night.
If you move, like, if you put it in like a little bowl and you set it in one area and then come out and move it a little bit closer and keep doing that until it's like close to your porch or on your porch, the cat will eventually.
Yeah, I'm just there's so many other cats around here, and I'm afraid they'll get it. And they'll beat this little baby up. Huh, come here. I know you want to come.
Sally Mae, where do you see Scott at?
Oh, you said hi to him. I
I said
thought.
hi to Scott.
Yeah. When
Oh
I was,
no, I said hi to Scott H, but that was earlier.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, Scott H came into the chat.
yeah. Isn't that who you're talking about?
I thought she was talking about Scott the mod.
Oh, that's Scott M.
Oh, okay. No, she said Scott H. Okay, I'm sorry, Sally Mae. Don't pay no attention to me. Okay, so was there anybody in here who did not watch the Bryan Kohberger hearing yesterday? Hey, 9 millimeter.
Oh, I was all over it.
I mean, it literally lasted 30 minutes. I think I
Yeah.
was live for 31 minutes, shortest
Yeah.
live I believe I have ever done. Um,
I couldn't believe how fast it went. That portion,
well,
I was shocked.
that's the reason why I had asked King if she like, hey Kelly P, how are you? Um, if she, what was her opinion on how long it would last or whatever? Because I was trying to like plan it out in my day.
Yeah,
It, so I figured it was going to last longer because I mean honestly I thought Anne was going to cry more.
Yeah.
Um,
I did too.
but and then at the very end, okay, so just Dawn says she didn't see it, and Dreamcatcher
Oh,
didn't either. So I'm gonna play it since there are a few people in here that did not get to watch it. But y'all, at the very end of it, you gotta
it,
hear what the judge says because
yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you.
And you watch his face too, you guys. He is like so not enthused at all.
Correct.
he did not want to be there. I think he went in, and I will say that we do not. Okay, so Kelly P didn't watch it because of the Karen Reed trial. So I know that that was going on also during the time that the hearing was happening. The verdict had came down for her.
Mm-hmm.
King, it was like super quick. Like I was expecting an hour or longer, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
30
It was
minutes
30
was
minutes.
okay. Let me. I gotta think. Oh, I gotta go to my channel. Hold on, y'all. Here it is. It's literally 31 minutes and 22 seconds. That's how long I was live yesterday. Let's see. I was what? Okay. What am I doing here? Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull it up. See, Avery, today when I was trying to help you,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
came up on the dang panel or pulled Betty Joe up, my audio, everything was.
It messed everything up. I'm still working on mine. I'm gonna test it tomorrow.
She couldn't. She couldn't hear me.
I couldn't
Yeah,
hear.
I know. I was down in chat. She was like, "Okay, we're gonna do this prank on Vapor, but you have to be in chat."
I mean, that was the plan. Cats, I mean, everybody talked about it, everything. I don't know. I'm glad it's over with, honestly. But I know there was a lot of people that was in Discord that was all in it. And then I came across another trial that had started like 2 days ago in Connecticut, I think it was. Of
There's a trial in the same place because of a officer unaliving.
oh, you're talking about the Sandra Birchmore case.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that trial hasn't started yet, has it?
No,
They
it's.
haven't even set a date
I,
because
Okay.
the paternity test came back that it is not the cop who's in jail for
Uh,
Sandra Birchmore's death.
uh,
The paternity test came back, the baby isn't his.
it hasn't
oh.
yet, but they said it should be starting soon.
Okay. I gotta cut these ads off real quick because they're
Yeah.
already trying to
Um,
pop up here. Um, but there's another case or another trial that just started 2 days ago. It's somewhere in Connecticut, and I cannot. Can I write the boy's name down? But it was a high school kid.
I've
That
been
it,
watching it.
oh, you know which one I'm talking about. What is the boy's name?
Oh gosh.
It's
I
something
have it
Val,
screenshot.
Val or something like that is the
Yeah.
last name. Anyway, so he ended up stabbing like 3 or 4 people, and one of the people,
Mhm.
everybody survived it except for one. Cats. Shit. Where was it at? It's like the southern part of Connecticut.
I've got it screenshot because I was watching today where the girl who videoed the whole fight, she was
Uh,
on the stand testifying, and I screenshot the names. Let me go dig.
okay, it's something Val or something like that. I thought I wrote the name down, but I don't see it in any of my notes. I swore I wrote it down somewhere, but I had to look it up. No, that's out of all the list here.
It's Raul Vale, Valle, and it's Raul Raul.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So I was trying to look into it today too to find out what the trial was even about, and that's about um, all I
And the
got was that he had stabbed like what was it, 4 people, three made
yeah,
it, and one didn't. So
James McGrath James McGrath is the one who died. They were all teenagers.
yeah, it was basically some kids from a rival school and all that. So I'm gonna have to look more into the case because I started
Oh,
looking into it and then something came up. And,
it's been interesting. I've been watching the trial. It's been very interesting.
did she not call 911? She just recorded. Kelly, I don't know. I didn't even
Yeah,
watch the trial today.
they
I
called 911.
The only reason why I came across it is because I was on YouTube and I was trying to find some music just to play in the background while I was working, and it was either Law and Crime or Court TV that had it on. And so I just saw the name and went to look it up. read a little bit about it, and then yeah, got sidetracked with something else. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Like I said, y'all, it's only like 30 minutes, but we're gonna speed it up a little bit. 'Cause, I mean, Anne cries a little bit.
Oh
Then
Lord.
Joshua gets up and he talks, and then Anne gets up and cries a little bit more, and then the judge says what he has to say, and then it's over with. So
Just make sure you pay attention to what the judge says.
yes, at the very end, you got to pay attention to that. But I mean, he did also kind of get onto her when she was talking about how most DP cases or trials that they don't go to trial until after like 3.5 years, and judge was like, no,
Yeah.
that's only in federal cases.
And then something about digging into BK's background on how he grew up and all this.
Oh no,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
that's what Joshua said, that there was no reason for her to dig into his entire life.
No.
Yeah, it was funny. Okay, so I'm gonna mute. Everybody on panel is gonna mute while we're playing this. If y'all cannot hear it while it's playing, y'all let me know in the chat.
All right, this is CR 0124316665, State v. Kohberger. On behalf of the state, we have Mr. Thompson and Mr. Horwick. And on behalf of, when the defendant is present with counsel, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Massoff, and Ms. Barlow. This is the time set for, or at least the public portion of today's hearing, is set for the motion to continue the trial filed by the defense. So we'll start with that.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, our motion to continue has been filed and is necessary to protect Bryan Kohberger's rights under the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of Idaho. Specifically, a continuance is necessary to protect his due process rights, his rights to a fair trial, his rights to effective assistance of counsel, rights to confrontation, Mr. Kohberger's right to present a full defense, and if it should come to it, a fair sentencing hearing and to be free of cruel and unusual punishment. The record of this case spans 2.5 years, and it shows that this request does not come as a surprise. Looking through the history of this case shows that the defense has met challenges and difficulties along the way, but has been dedicated in meeting all of the deadlines. We have talked about the discovery issues in this courtroom before, and that in large part brings us to need a continuance. 68 terabytes of information is a huge amount of information. There have been 23 requests for additional discovery over the span of 2.5 years and 7 motions to compel. When I say that this doesn't come as a surprise, that this comes from the record, I would direct the court to look back to May of 2023 and June of 2023 and our second motion to compel. Included in that was what was known as Exhibit A from the defense, and that depicted how we were receiving discovery. So this is not a new issue. This is something that's been coming up for a long time. We were receiving discovery, but it was such that you would get a file that would say hundreds of photographs, hundreds of pages of reports, each having to be looked at individually to know what was there and then organized. This case has also faced unique issues, starting with the media coverage of this high-profile case, non-dissemination orders that were addressed in courts, and then the grand jury materials that we had to fight to get access to before we could properly challenge the grand jury indictment. We faced issues with discovery, particularly with the IGG materials, as we spent a great deal of time trying to get access to those materials. Those were ultimately what we could get, was ultimately presented in a motion to suppress, and that's preserved should there be a conviction in this case. We faced venue issues in this case, culminating in the change of venue and bringing us to Ada County. At the first hearing in this courtroom, we discussed the discovery issues and not having read everything and being ready with a full investigation in this case. That was apparent through our motions to strike the death penalty, our motions to compel expert disclosures filed in September and December of 2024, and requests for more time to file our motions in limine that was granted in January of 2025. Throughout the course of the motions in limine and then a motion to strike death based on discovery issues in February and March of this year, the record is replete with notice that we are not prepared to go to trial in this case. The discovery is vast and we have not had a chance to review it all. That we met deadlines for experts shows our dedication to comply with court orders. It does not depict effective.
Okay, y'all give me just 1 second. I'm gonna slow it back down for Skyler Me.
effective counsel ready to go to trial on this case. We would submit that it's the court's responsibility to assess this motion to continue with heightened due process that's required in death penalty cases. The death penalty case is different. That comes from Ford versus Wainwright at 477 U.S. 399 at 411. The court must be sensitive to safeguard every avenue of due process. The Idaho Supreme Court said the qualitative difference between death and other penalties calls for a greater degree of reliability when death is imposed. And that comes from State versus Creech, 105 Idaho, 362 at 383. Looking at all of the constitutional rights Mr. Kohberger has, effective assistance of counsel really becomes the crux of how all of these other rights are covered for Mr. Kohberger. And effective assistance of counsel applies both to the merits phase and the penalty phase of a death penalty case. The courts are guided and counsel is guided by the American Bar Association guidelines on capital cases. Wiggins versus Smith, 539 U.S. 510 at 524 said the ABA guidelines are guides to determine what is reasonable. And that's talking about reasonable performance by defense counsel in a capital case. The Ninth Circuit in Andrews versus Davis at 944 F3B 1092 at 1109 relies on the ABA guidelines as the proper measure to test an attorney's investigation. In Idaho, our public defender statutes reference the ABA guidelines as applying to indigent defense. These apply to the full investigation of the merits phase and require us to raise all legal claims. They require us to perform a background on all witnesses that might be called, especially those being called by the state. That means that we have to review all discovery to be able to present a full defense for Mr. Kohberger. We cannot present what we are not aware of. I would note for the court that discovery has been ongoing. I received discovery just this week. It is discovery that I have not reviewed yet. Considering what's required at a penalty phase in a capital case, we're required to perform in a way that the jury can carry out their function of individualized sentencing. That means that Mr. Kohberger's background has to be known and investigated and ready to present to the jurors. Evidence of his character has to be known and ready to present to the jurors, and his circumstances have to be known and ready to present to the jurors. That's addressed in the Woodson case and in the Lockett case. The jury must have the opportunity to consider all evidence that may weigh against the death penalty, and that means anything from his life history. It is the duty of the defense to find and investigate all mitigating information. We do have several experts that would be ready for the mitigation portion of the case, should the case reach that phase, and they rely on understanding family history and Mr. Kohberger's own history. They can only understand what they've been presented, and the investigation to fully evaluate needs to be thorough. That means that records have to be collected. That means that interviews, collateral interviews have to be done, and those have not all been completed. And it's not because of a lack of diligence in this case. Further, when things that are noted as red flags arise, those things must be investigated. Red flags aren't fanciful ideas of what else could we do in this case. They're real things that come up in the course of the investigation, and whether or not they're important to mitigation and presentation for a jury's consideration requires time to investigate and collect records. Documentation is very important. The court's aware that red flags have come up and they require further investigation. Those are issues that may mean a lot to the experts that would be ready to testify. but they can't be presented until there's a full investigation. They are things that might change the course of the evaluation or might require us to have an additional expert to help explain certain circumstances. And that's important for the individualized sentencing that's required by the Constitution. Your Honor, there have been numerous challenges with gathering records and interviewing collateral witnesses. I know the court is aware of some of those particular issues. I'm not going to highlight them now, but it's imperative that we be able to collect records and conduct interviews from other family members besides just Mr. Kohberger and his parents. And it's also imperative that his history be complete with educational records, medical records, and those things are still being done to this day. The other reason that a continuance is appropriate in this case is based on the media coverage, the Dateline issue that has been talked about in this courtroom before, and what's yet to come. The Dateline episode wasn't just a one-time deal back in May. That continues to be talked about. Everything that happens in this case continues to be talked about, and this court has a duty, a responsibility to make sure that Mr. Kohberger receives a fair trial. That comes from Shepard versus Maxwell, 384 U.S. 333. And a continuance may be the way that the court can best protect Mr. Kohberger. That comes from Patton versus Yount, 467 U.S. 1025. In addition to what is going on with what happened with the Dateline episode, that's not all. There's a book set to be released just a few weeks from now to be followed by a docuseries on Amazon Prime. There's a claim that there's inside sources that provide information in this case. At the very least, the moment we start attempting to select a jury in this case, those things are going to be on everybody's TV, everybody's social media feed, and some of the very witnesses that will be expected to testify will be taking part in the docuseries at least, and maybe noted in the book. That is in and of itself an exceptional reason for us to have a continuance to let those things play out for a while. I would also note, Your Honor, that jury selection is going to be particularly challenged and will need a great deal of time based on what's happened in the media and continues to happen. Your Honor, our request is for a continuance in this matter to allow us to be effective and perform our constitutional duty for Mr. Kohberger, to protect his constitutional rights, to make sure that we have fully investigated all mitigating circumstances so the jury, if it comes to it, can perform their individualized sentencing, judgment, and function, and to allow some space between what's recently happened in the media. Thank you.
May I, Your Honor? Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. I will, I think, address Ms. Taylor's arguments sort of in the reverse order in which she raised the issues that she raised. I want to begin, though, by bringing us and the court back to what the standard is for this motion to continue as opposed to what might happen after a conviction with respect to ineffective assistance of counsel. Right now, the standard is whether denying a continuance would violate the defendant's rights by causing unfair prejudice. And that is an objective standard that the court has, and the court has discretion on all motions to continue, including a motion to continue in a case such as this that involves the death penalty. What the defendant and the counsel are asking the court to do is delay this trial because of their subjective, prospective beliefs about how an ineffective assistance of counsel evaluation would happen by an appeals court if there is a conviction. What this court should do is use its discretion
and look at the objective record. The record supports denying the motion based on what the defense has been doing, continues to do, and will continue to do through the mitigation phase until the penalty phase, including presenting mitigation evidence that the jury will ultimately decide about if there is a conviction. The lens that the court should look at is well stated, through which the court should look at this motion is well stated in some Idaho case law and others. And if I can turn on the Elmo, do I need to hit this button, Your Honor?
And Clark needs to switch it over.
Okay, thank you. So these are cases that we cited in our brief, and I wanted to start my discussion with them. I'll read the top case, which is an Idaho Supreme Court case, evaluating whether counsel was effective in a death penalty case. Counsel was not required to investigate defendant's entire life in order to objectively and reasonably present mitigation evidence. And then I like the way that the Seventh Circuit sort of rephrased the same principle by saying, I won't read the entire quote, Your Honor, but a scorch the earth strategy is not required. We're in a standard of reasonableness. And the record that is before the court, and I'll acknowledge we have not seen what specifics, if any, the defense has put forward in its ex parte filing.
It's kind of hard for you, I recognize.
It does, but we have not seen specifics. I did not hear any specifics from counsel just now about these witnesses need to be contacted, these records need to be obtained. And then the court, I think, mentioned at prior hearing we had when this was motion to continue was first raised, that the court would be looking at what admissible evidence the defense needs to obtain and what strategies would actually be used to fruitfully obtain that evidence. And we don't have anything specific that we can respond to about that. So I'm at a bit of a disadvantage, Your Honor, but I think the record that we do have shows that the court can use its discretion to deny this motion to continue. What we did in our response brief, Your Honor, was to cite the fact that the defense has identified 55 defense witnesses for mitigation, and I think one was recently added, so we're up to 56, 132 exhibits to use at the mitigation phase. And with respect to the ABA standards, we're not saying the court should completely ignore them, but what we are saying is that the court should look at them for what they are, which is a retrospective tool for appellate courts to look at the performance of counsel after a conviction, not some checklist that needs to be religiously adhered to in order to actually get to trial. Even if the court were to rely on them heavily, though, the charts that we put together show that for each of the ABA guidelines categories that the defense has raised, we have seen evidence in the record that shows that they have witnesses to talk about those issues and they have discovery on those issues themselves. Now, defense has called that superficial, but we would ask the court to look at the tables and look at the witnesses that we've been able to identify for each category and also the discovery in the record. So, Your Honor, again, we think that given the legal standards here on a motion to continue, given the court's discretion, given that we are in a world where the court needs to satisfy itself that defense has done a reasonable job to prepare for trial, excuse me, to prepare for trial, there's no basis for a motion to continue. Now, let me turn to some of the specific arguments, and I can take this down, Your Honor, that Ms. Taylor raised. With respect to the media coverage, we acknowledge, as the court has, that will pose challenges for jury selection. The issue, though, is not whether there is a lot of publicity. We know there's going to be a lot of publicity regardless of when this trial happens. As Ms. Taylor said, people will continue to talk about this case. The issue is whether the court, using the procedures it has established, or maybe even modifying them as the court wants to, can seat a panel of impartial jurors. The Supreme Court of Idaho has found that despite widespread publicity, even on the day of jury selection, that is possible. That is possible in this case, despite the challenges. The other thing I would mention with respect to the publicity is that it puts us at the whim of the media. Every time there's a breaking story, every time there's a new book or a new documentary, are we going to continue the trial indefinitely? And that seems to be the danger in what the defense is asking for. We call it a perpetual continuance, and we haven't seen a proposal about when this trial could take place if there's a continuance. What seems to be the strategy here is just to delay. And that leads me to, I think, the other point that Ms. Taylor raised, which was to say that this shouldn't be a surprise. It is a surprise to us that a motion to continue was made so late in the game, after, by the way, the trial date was used to oppose an extension that we filed for with respect to our mental health expert. At that point, the defense said we can't possibly go down this road or give the government the state what it wants because of the trial date. Once that issue is resolved, then we get a motion to continue. So I think what we have seen from the defense is that they tried to use the mass amount of discovery to remove the death penalty from the table. When that failed, now we have a motion to continue. So I do think timing is relevant here. Again, and it's not just that the defense waited so long, it's that we now have a very substantial record on which the court can deny this motion based on everything that's been put in front of the state and the court. In terms of the mitigation investigation, Your Honor, we believed but did not have confirmation that the defense had a mitigation specialist until the reply brief on this motion alluded to an affidavit that mitigation specialist submitted. So I don't know what that says. I don't know what the mitigation specialist has said, but the fact that there is a mitigation specialist, apart from the 3 attorneys and 2 investigators that are part of the defense team, that person has one role, as I understand it, which is to prepare for the penalty phase if we get there. And that person, that specialist, has still time to continue doing whatever work they told the court they need to do. Your Honor, again, I would try to get back to the record and ask the court to look at the objective record when evaluating this motion. 55 mitigation witnesses, over 130 exhibits, a very robust team on the defense side, which includes their retained experts. Ms. Taylor, and in the briefing, really honed in on this idea of a social life history for the defendant. I don't know if the court has read the expert reports of the defendant's forensic psychiatrist and then the licensed psychologist. I won't discuss the details in open court, but our position is that both of those specialists, well-trained, very experienced specialists, conducted significant, fulsome life history investigations. They weren't just looking at bare records. They were talking to people from the defendant's past, from his present, his family, and developed parallel life histories. And in their reports, as I read them, no red flags that needed further investigation were noted. Nothing about those reports appeared to be incomplete. And the experts didn't say, we are unable to reach the conclusions we need to reach for lack of investigation. So I think that is sort of proof in the pudding. We have a life history for the defendant. The defense has amassed significant materials. And I thought we were going to be solely talking about the mitigation case that still needs to be developed. That is not a basis for a continuance. And to the extent there are ongoing discovery from the state that Ms. Taylor alluded to, I can represent that most of what was just turned over was our investigators speaking with witnesses that the defense has disclosed. So that's the nature of that discovery, is us responding to discovery from the defense. And that will continue, of course, to occur as we lead up to trial and witnesses make statements that we need to disclose to the defense. So with that, Your Honor, I would again rest on the case law holding that a scorched the earth investigation is not what's required. And on the record before the court should exercise its discretion to deny the motion. If the court has any questions, I'm happy to answer those. Otherwise, we would submit on the record before the court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any reply?
Yes, thank you. I would start with noting that if the new discovery is the state's contact of witnesses we've listed, the state knows that there are mitigation witnesses that we've listed because we had to disclose them, but they are people that have refused to speak with us. That presents a challenge in the case. A lot of the witnesses that refuse to speak with us have to do with records, medical records, Bryan Kohberger, past treatment records of Bryan Kohberger. Those are important things that the gravity of what they have to say can't be known to our experts until we have the opportunity to fully understand those things. And we continue to work on access to witnesses and access to additional information. Your Honor, I want to touch on just a couple of points. One, when the court considers a continuance and considers whether Bryan Kohberger's rights are violated, his right to a fair trial, his right to confront witnesses and evidence against him, his right to present a full defense, and his right to effective assistance of counsel are implicated and laid out in our motion to continue. The ABA guidelines require us to do a full investigation. It's not going scorched earth to understand Bryan Kohberger's full life history. These are things that are required. And we've done everything that we can. We have had a mitigation expert on the case. This is 2.5 years into a case, and the average for capital cases is 3.5 years.
In federal court.
In federal court.
Which moves at a snail's pace in its best day in regular cases.
I'm not a practitioner in federal court, so I don't have any basis to talk to the court about that. But what I can tell you is that a capital case where we have a client and we need to investigate both the merits phase and a penalty phase at the same time takes time. In any case, it takes time to do that. In this case, with the high profile nature and having people decline to talk to us presents a whole set of challenges that we have to find a way to work through. As the court knows, a lot of mitigation information is very sensitive information. It takes some time to be able to get people to talk about things. Realities exist too. Not all of the family members are in the same place. So there's travel that's required. All of those things take time to do in a case like this. 2.5 years is excessively fast to put all of that together. There was no delay in having a mitigation expert on board. There was no delay in getting investigators to work on the case. And as soon as issues became apparent, Mr. Kohberger's team did not delay in getting experts to help us understand specific areas of the case. Looking over the entire record, the court can see that the defense team has been diligent about discovery, about motion practice, about litigating issues in the case. There just still is a lot left to do. There is still a lot left that is not known. And Mr. Kohberger has a right to go to trial with prepared counsel that have conducted a full investigation in both phases of the case. When you have a certain amount of information and there's this other stuff that's out there, that's a red flag, that's real, that you need to investigate, your experts can only do what's here, what's been investigated, what's been produced for them to assess. This whole other area, that land between the red flags and the investigation, That's an unknown area. That's where there's ineffective assistance of counsel. That's where there's not a fair trial. That's where there's not an individualized sentencing proceeding. And it's that area that requires a continuance in this case.
All right, I'll take the matter under advisement and get an opinion out in short order. In the meantime, I fully encourage everyone to continue as if the trial is going to take place when it is scheduled for. Again, I reserve the right to write the decision that I come to, but as of now, I would tell you that it's likely you're going to trial on the date indicated. All right, is there any other matters that we need to take up in the public session before we break to go to the private session?
Nothing further in the public session, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I don't believe so.
All right, we'll take a 10-minute break while the bailiffs clear the courtroom and we set up for the private session. All rise, please.
Okay, y'all. I cannot believe that Ann Taylor did not have something to say back about that.
I'm telling you.
She looked up at him like it was like a WTF look,
Yep.
you know?
Yes.
But then she,
Kelly P, no, he has, well, honestly, in my opinion, I think whenever he went into that hearing yesterday, he already knew what his decision was going to be, but he did say that he was going to put it in writing in short order. Hopefully tomorrow it will be on the website, on the Idaho court document website of his decision. But he just basically told him, just go ahead and be prepared to go to trial on the date indicated, which is August the 11th.
Yep.
So, y'all.
Because he said most likely you're going to go on the on the date indicated.
Yes.
so the other death penalty case that she took, it's a guy named Skyler Me, and I'll send you his picture so you can show people because you just have to see him.
Oh, yeah, that's what Mia 9mm was just talking about in the chat. He's a beauty. I'm talking like this dude.
Ooh, yeah. But okay, so he was serving a life sentence because he shot a sheriff, and while serving this life sentence, he was in the hospital. Him and his co-conspirator ambushed the police at the hospital to break him out of the hospital. They went on this spree, and the police were chasing them for days trying to find him because, you know, he escaped from prison. And he killed an 87-year-old innocent man just for absolutely no reason.
While he was walking his dog.
And yeah, and every motion that she has filed for this Skyler Me guy is almost exactly the same as what she has filed for Bryan Kohberger, almost word for word, in terms of everything being unconstitutional.
Oh, he even stood silent. He didn't plead guilty or not guilty. He stood silent.
I'm like, what the heck is going? Like, does she just have these forms on like auto print? You know,
she does. I believe she does.
So the judge has denied 20 of her motions on the other case.
All right, hold
That's
on.
about how
I got to
many she got denied
screenshot
on
this
case.
kid. Hold on.
Like, same tactics.
How many did she get denied on this case? About the same?
Golly, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, so, I mean, sit down, shut up, and go to trial. Nobody needs to know BK's life history.
I mean, y'all,
All we need to know is why he did this.
Right.
We don't need to know that, he grew up a spoiled brat or whatever, or he did this when he was 17, he did this
oh
when
shit.
he was
Okay,
21.
Kelly P, hold on. I'll change it real quick. I'm sorry. Hold on. Y'all.
And to top it off, this guy right here that you guys are looking at, he's a white supremacist.
You can tell.
Just to top it off.
You can tell he is.
And
Because
she's defending. How can she? It's like
I
she has no. I don't know.
know.
After reviewing her defending this guy, like I understand she gets appointed, right, to defend, but through the
but she
as a public
also
defender.
she also can deny it.
And like this guy right here, just like where's her morals? I don't understand.
I don't know. She should have never taken another DP case while she's.
No.
I mean, because you got to think with Bryan's, there's 4 victims. It's a very high profile case. She
Yeah.
should have never taken the new DP case. I understand there is only, I believe I read today, like 13 first year. Kelly, you're welcome. 13 first year DP qualified attorneys in the state of Idaho.
Mhm.
But okay, Chad Daybell had a first year DP qualified attorney. What was his name?
Yeah.
Um, shit, I can't remember his name now. But anyway, wasn't it Archibald? Was that his name?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I think that was his name. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that there were other first chair DP qualified attorneys or public defenders in the state of Idaho that was available to take this dude's case. She should have never taken it. And his trial starts, as of right now, is scheduled for February the 3rd, 2026.
Yeah.
So she's basically going to be going starting in August, a 12-week trial, give or take, I would say a day or two on Bryan's trial. And then she had, so if it ends, let's see, August, September, October, it goes into November.
Right.
She's
Mhm.
only getting about 2 months before the Skyler Me trial starts.
Yeah.
Now, is she also an appellate attorney? So
I,
when Bryan appeals,
I don't think so.
No,
okay.
I
I
don't think
think
so. I think
she's,
she would. Yeah.
yeah, I think she's just the first chair, one of the first chair DP qualified attorneys with the public defender's office.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think, like, if he was to appeal it,
Yeah, that would
if
have to
he was
go
found
to an
guilty and
appellate
he goes
attorney.
to appeal it, I don't think
Mhm.
she would be appointed to his case again.
I mean,
I didn't think that she's an appellate attorney. When we were looking up her CV a while back, I didn't remember her being an
let me
appellate attorney.
let me double check though, just to make sure I'm telling you correctly.
Yeah. But my thing is, she's trying to do is she's trying to juggle BK's case while trying to get the other case in perspective and have all that together for February. You
Mhm.
can't do it, lady. You should.
Okay, real quick, I'm sorry, Betty Jo, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right.
So I just wanted to say thank you to Shizzy and his people from his channel coming over and rating us. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And wait, where'd my other thing go? Just Don. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Oh, that was sweet.
And I love you as well, honey. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you. Okay,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I just want it just hit my brain, y'all, that
You're
I needed
good.
to do that because I
We're
couldn't
good.
do it while it was playing.
Shizzy. I didn't say the word.
It's
Say
Shizzy
it.
Wiznut.
Shizzy.
I just always called him Shizzy.
Shizzy Wisnut, you are the shiznit.
Yeah, he always goes over to what you call it, over to the
The
experts.
expert, yeah.
That's where I had met him at.
Well, that's awesome.
That I got stuck on that word. What's wrong with me? I
Here,
know.
Avery.
Smart ass.
Are you telling me to get out of the house? Oh, that's what you're talking about.
I don't think I could be a defense attorney. I just don't think I could. If I really thought somebody was innocent, then I probably could. But I would not, I'd be turning down too many cases because if I thought that they were like the Meade guy, I mean, he's obviously guilty. He
Yeah,
broke, I couldn't represent people like that. Like morally, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either, especially if it turned out to be someone who did something to a kid.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, that'd be.
Yeah, I just could. No, you know what? I probably could. I would do the bare minimum, and then when we got to trial, I wouldn't have no witnesses. I wouldn't cross nobody. I wouldn't do nothing.
Just let him
I
think.
I would lay the case out and in my opening and then do my closing. But other than that, I wouldn't call no witnesses. I wouldn't cross nobody. Wouldn't do none of that. Be like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, sir, but I didn't want to take your case, but I'm a public defender. I got it was handed to me. Um,
yeah.
you're on your own in this trial. I'm sorry.
What I can't understand about her is knowing, okay, you knew that BK's case, okay, was going to trial August 11th. You knew that,
Yeah.
and you knew how long it was going to last.
Mm-hmm.
And then now all of a sudden, you want a continuance because you have another DP case that's going to go to
Mhm.
trial in February, and you're not ready for that one either.
No,
Well,
and the
see,
thing is, she's trying to get BK's case pushed back till after the Skyler
mhm.
Me trial. That's
Yeah,
all she's trying to do because if the judge grants it and then they have to go back in and redo the whole schedule, she's going to pop up and say, well, I have another trial that's starting February the 3rd, and I got to get prepared for that, so we need to do it after because there's no telling how long the Skyler Me trial is gonna take.
And I
right.
think if I now I might be wrong, but I think Skylar Meade for these new charges that are death penalty, I believe he just committed that crime in 2023, if I remember right.
Let me
So,
see.
right about 2.5 years is going to be his trial.
Mm-hmm.
She's just going to have to accept it.
Right.
And she should have taken the advice of the judge when he told her to use her intern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think she knows that she cannot defend BK because he's guilty. And I think she's got herself into it, and now she has to do it, whether she likes it or not.
So
Oh,
Brian Enton was saying she just found out. She literally just found out about the eyewitness to Bryan Kohberger being there at the house. She didn't know.
No, she's shit.
okay. Skylar Meade had a violent escape from custody at the hospital on March the 20th of 2024.
Oh,
That's that's
2024.
that's
Okay.
when he escaped from
That's
the
even
hospital.
better.
And he was
So,
arrested in Twin Falls March 21st of 2024. So he pled guilty to the escape. He got a life sentence for the escape because of the officers getting hurt or whatever. But
well, he
now
was already serving a life sentence. So he's got 2 life sentences because he was already serving a life sentence for shooting a sheriff.
that was at the hospital during the escape.
Yeah, that was during the escape.
Yeah, that's when
Wait,
the
I
officer.
thought that was in 2019.
No,
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and look then because when
they're saying
okay,
that.
at the time of the escape, Meade was serving a 20-year sentence for. Okay, so he was serving a 20-year sentence for shooting the Twin Falls sheriff
Oh, okay, 20
during
years.
a high.
Okay.
Yeah, during a high speed chase. So
Yep.
he was serving a 20-year stint, from what I had read, he did a self-inflicted wound to himself
Right.
in order to go to the hospital.
Yep.
Him and his co-conspirator then planned to do the escape from the hospital. They basically ambushed the cops that were there, and they are able to get out of the hospital. They were caught the next day, but they're between the time of the escape and the arrest, they murder the older gentleman who was out walking his dog. There was another man who also ended up deceased, but they think that he had something to do with that case as well, but there hasn't been any charges brought for that. So for the escape, he went on ahead and pled guilty to that. He got the life sentence for that, but now there is a grand jury indictment on the murder of the older gentleman, Gerald, what was his last name? Avery?
Oh,
shit, I just saw it. Hold on.
You got me saying shit as much as you do. I can't keep up with all these names.
I'm gonna start charging both of you.
Gerald Don Henderson was his name.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so there is a grand jury indictment for that. So that trial will start February the 3rd. It is also a DP case. And that is one that Ann took on.
And that'll be less than 2 years. So she keeps talking about these death penalty cases, take 4, 5, 6 years, but obviously not. She's going to have to.
Because it'll start in February, and then the following March of 2026 will be 2 years since it happened. So that case, so I don't know where she's getting to 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Vapor, how are you?
Good.
He came up.
Damn right I did, trying to pull some bullshit behind my back like you guys were sneaky. And you guys had more than 24 hours to put that together and you still couldn't do it?
Well, hold on. I had to cancel the live at the last minute last night, and I completely forgot about you not having a channel.
Well, I didn't find out about it. Nobody found out about it till like noon today.
At least me and Avery kept it a secret.
They didn't even tell me, so.
That is so funny.
No, because we were trying to punk you as well, Betty Jo.
We were.
Oh, well, that's news to her, right?
What have I ever done to you, Scarlett?
Yep. We didn't tell Betty. We didn't tell anybody. We didn't tell Betty Jo. We didn't tell. And now it was supposed to go different. So you were supposed to be in the chat, and then you were supposed to get upset, thinking that you made Scarlett upset.
You're hurting me.
I had it all planned out. I already knew what I was going to say before I even started the live. Like, then had the whole mom voice ready and everything, and then he didn't even have a damn channel.
Doing?
Yep, he couldn't even comment. And then Sally Mae was down there in the chat calling me dumb. It's like, oh my god.
King Scarlett said Vapor's in YouTube jail.
Yeah, I don't understand why they took the channel. That makes absolutely no sense.
I think it's supposed to be. Are you putting the same phone number in for the last channel as the new one?
Gigi, yes, that's who it is.
You're gonna have to put.
You're gonna have to put it under a different name, a different email, like a whole brand new email. Everything.
I told him that. He made a new email, but I think he's using the same phone number.
I know I was using like the same. Yeah, they do. I use the same.
Well, don't use the same recovery email. Don't use the same phone number. Make a Google number or something.
Yeah.
I'll just go.
Because I mean, you're not gonna do your channel to monetize, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
You think those assholes aren't gonna get that far?
Well, I wouldn't even worry about.
I spent the rest of the day trying to figure out how I can create my own version of YouTube, but only true crime.
Oh, Lord.
That was my idea, by the way.
No, it was not. I had that idea years ago.
I told you that idea too, like a month ago on the phone.
I said years ago.
Years versus months.
Yeah, he said years ago.
He's not telling the truth because when I mentioned it a month ago, he never said anything about like he had ever thought about that. He was like, "Yeah, that'd be a good idea."
Well, maybe
King knows I brought this
Elsie, I'm
up.
telling you, they are
It
like
doesn't.
brother and
King
sister. I'm telling
King
you.
is gonna defend me, not you.
Well, wait, King said
In
years
public,
ago.
maybe. Just
See,
because.
she
yeah,
put LOL. She's laughing at him. See,
I think
Laugh.
she's laughing at both of y'all.
yeah.
Honestly.
Baber, you're right next to me. I'm about to punch you.
Well, good luck with that. With your little portal issue, you and Lori can go ahead and share the makeup ideas amongst yourself.
I know
not gonna-
you did
Avery,
not
He just insulted you,
Avery.
Avery.
compare me to Lori and the
Listen,
portal.
I did not
Listen.
compare you.
Listen,
I
Avery, you're not
straight
going to win with
directly
him.
connected you.
Wait, what is it, Betty Jo?
Directly connected me.
Y'all both
She's
shut up
not
for a
gonna
minute, or I'm gonna mute both of y'all. What is it, Betty Jo?
She's not going to win with him. He
I
has
will.
a comeback for everything she says.
That's why
But
he don't
Ryan-
argue with me, though.
I argue with you all the time.
But then
Nobody
you
ever
eventually,
wins that.
He
but,
might
don't
but
ever-
you eventually shut up because you know that I'm not going to shut up. So
Yeah, he
Well,
might lose
yeah,
against
that's-
you, but
I just, it's not worth the energy at times when it's just not credible comebacks. It's like,
well,
what the-
it's a challenge. So you challenge me, I'm going to challenge you, and I'm going to keep coming back with something every single time you say
but then
something. So
we just clog up Discord with a bunch of nonsense.
well, we
You
just
know
do that,
what?
but it doesn't
You
matter.
know-
The point is, you will not get over me.
It's
That's the point.
continuing right now.
okay, children, break it up.
Baker, you know now that you're on panel, you know who you remind me of though, for real, for real?
Ooh,
I have no idea.
don't go there,
Don't.
Avery.
If you even go to Gary, I will slap you into the next millennium version of Alabama one stick families.
No, not Gray. You remind me of Willie. Remember Willie?
Oh my God. Don't even try with the little Willie bullshit.
No, he's nothing like Willie. Trust me.
Betty Jo, hush.
I can
Okay,
handle.
I'm looking up. Yeah, I'm looking up.
Do we want to go back and throw out old names? Is that what we want to do? Like,
No.
No, we're gonna jump over to the Savannah Hill stuff since
Yeah,
you know
that'd be
our
nice.
little prank backfired on me and Avery today, and she really does have a lot of information that
banana
I
in the
don't have.
tailpipe.
Yeah, I have the address of I got the grandmother's address.
Okay, don't put it out though.
No, I was gonna
Okay.
send it to you on Discord.
Okay, because that way I can map it.
No,
Mhm.
Elsie, I'm just right.
No, Elsie, that's
please,
just what he thinks.
don't. There's
Sally Mae's right.
Elsie, don't make his head
Well,
any
I agree
bigger.
with Sally Mae a lot of the time. She doesn't like all the bullshit. She just wants to hear
Yeah.
what we're here. But, you know, she knows better.
Scarlet
She knows
calling
that she's going to have to put up with this stuff.
I swear, y'all are like brother and sister. It's not even funny. Jesus.
If I find out I'm kin to him,
Okay.
gosh,
Honestly, I don't think he would admit that.
Because I've never had somebody with that low of an IQ in my family tree.
Oh my God. Wait a second. The video starts getting hood. Wait, King, it starts getting hood with info.
These two, I'm telling you.
at least I can spell vapor.
Well, that's, you know,
Okay.
I can spell too. It's just I get in a hurry.
Both
Yeah,
of y'all.
I do.
I mean, that's one thing you're good for. Is spelling.
Okay, see, my mom voice is really about to come out right now because you two will not shut up.
It's his fault.
Oh God.
Tell Avery and Vapor to behave.
Yeah, King. I've been watching the AWP videos on Savannah.
Sing it.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
See how she comes up and everybody just bees quiet?
I'm trying to make out what she's saying.
He's singing boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you for coming up and saying that and having them to be quiet.
I mean, everybody just went mute. Like, I literally heard Betty Joe cicadas in the background hear that.
Oh, I think you hear mine because she's well.
No,
Actually,
I
it's
heard
cricket.
Betty Joe's before you ever
Yeah.
came on
Yeah, I
panel.
just came back in.
Oh,
But yeah, ours are loud.
That's what I'm saying, cats. I'm gonna have to start getting bubbles up here more often.
Yeah, right? They both be quiet.
Okay, Avery, send me that address so
oh,
I
okay.
can. That way I can. Well, unless can you do it without throwing yourself off?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about the grandmother's house where they were living with
Yeah.
his grandmother.
Yeah. Because I have seen 5 miles to 5.5 miles from the bar is where
Right.
they lived at. It's got to be out, up north of Market, up that way, or whatever. Since that's where she was coming from early that morning. But that area up in there, y'all, it's not a good area. Not for her being that early in the morning by herself.
Right.
Cooper Road's right there. I mean, if y'all just look up bad areas in Shreveport, Cooper Road's going to come up. It's
Okay, I just sent it to you. So I dug deep into her case, and oh my goodness. So the family does not believe that her boyfriend is involved in her disappearance or that he hurt her or anything.
He might not be.
They believe that he was like drunk, as drunk as he says he was, passed out whenever she got up and went through his phone and seen that he was talking to another girl or something that upset her. So she sent him a whole bunch of text messages about it. She was mad and she got her stuff and she left. And then, she went to the Chevron. But here's the thing. They've searched all the water areas, right? They found 10 cars underwater. Not hers. But here's the weird thing. She powered off her phone. She turned her phone off. So she was doing something. I don't know. And they were saying they think she's alive, but that she left.
Did you watch that?
But that, and they were talking about how no license plate readers have picked up her license plate or anything like that. But,
honestly, I don't think we have. I need to look that up because do we even have plate readers in Louisiana?
Yeah, they said that they do on all the interstates and everything. And they said unless she took back roads. But, but they think she's alive.
Did you, watch the America's Most Wanted Missing Persons?
I did. Yeah, I watched that. I watched.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I was reading it wrong. Keep going.
I watched the video that her boyfriend did. I watched a bunch of videos that her sister did. And then I listened to a couple of podcasts in my car on her. And then I watched the Adventures with Purpose videos. I mean, I went deep. I went deep.
This is the last one here.
Well, but what was the reason though that she went to the parking garage?
Don't know.
They said that she usually goes there though. She goes there a lot.
To that parking garage?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that.
I think that was in the first AWP video when they were talking to her sister. Sister said she goes there a lot.
Oh. Yeah, and they were saying something about her driving for quite a while before she turned her phone off.
Okay, wait. I have her timeline. Hold on.
She left a voicemail for her sister right before about an hour before she turned her phone off. And it was like, she wasn't like in distress or upset or anything. You know, she's like, hey, sis, you know, something like that. And she's like, call me, or, you know, or it was just like a cheerful,
normal.
it was actually cheerful. She was kind of playful in it and telling her to call her back. Well, then, you know, when she tried to call her back, her phone was off. She had already powered her phone down. And they were able to find out from the phone company that she did power the phone down.
Okay. So on
Yeah,
the
Kim.
timeline that I was able to find, so her and the boyfriend on May the 3rd, 2022, went to Fatty Arbuckle's, the bar,
Mhm.
5 to 5.5 miles from the grandparents' house where her and the boyfriend were staying at.
Mhm.
Okay, so May the 4th, sometime in the early morning hours, Savannah left the boyfriend's grandparents' house where they had been staying. 6:06, she made a purchase with her card at the Chevron gas station on North Market Street, which is the one that I showed y'all the other night.
Mhm.
6:08, she called her sister, but the sister didn't answer. Savannah left a message. She didn't seem distressed at the time. After this, her phone was turned off and never turned back on.
Yeah.
7:03, Savannah was seen alone in her car leaving the Louisiana Tower parking garage at the 300 block of Travis Street. She'd
Well,
never been heard from again.
actually, I've watched that video and I listened to the detective. You can't see
You
through
can't
her
see
windows.
her. No, because I have, hold on, I think I have a screenshot. Oh, did I not screenshot that son of a bitch?
Yeah, because they were saying the last confirmed sighting of her is at the gas station buying the vape, because they can't confirm the vehicle in the parking garage coming out. They can't confirm who was in it because the windows are too dark. They can't see.
Damn it. And okay, so I was looking, I think that was on Reddit, that there was a screenshot of her car at a little after 7 o'clock at leaving the parking garage.
Yeah, it's also
But-
in the Facebook group too.
Okay, I may have to go to it to find it, but I could have swore I screenshotted that. Because it has the date, time, and everything on it. Now I'm going to have to go find this.
Now, this is something weird. So her boyfriend, after she disappeared, he got into a relationship with another girl. And they were together for quite a while, lived together and everything. And they broke up a few months ago. She says that he never mentioned Savannah to her, ever. Like, never said, I have an ex-girlfriend who's missing. Isn't that
That's kind of weird.
I thought that was kind of weird too.
King says we're going to break this case. It would be nice for the family.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Gigi, she was here last night.
Do what, Vapor?
Gigi asked if anybody'd seen Metamom. I said she was here last night.
Oh.
Oh, wait. See, Avery, I didn't know you had mentioned me in a comment over there.
Oh, yeah, I tagged her. And that's a video of the boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh, there's also in that Facebook group a lot of surveillance footage of them at the bar. And they're just having a good time. Like, you know, there's no fights or arguments or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good time.
So I'm in the. Okay, so the girlfriend is no longer with Gavin, so I blocked her TikTok handle. Okay, wait, this was done in May. So apparently Gavin and the girlfriend are no longer together.
Yeah, that's the girlfriend who said that he never mentioned Savannah to her.
I forgot the name of the Facebook group. What is that?
Bring Savannah Hale home.
Yeah.
Here, let me.
And to help you with your spelling, it's Hale.
He knows how to spell.
No, he does not.
Who said that
I've had to edit his videos. He does not know how to spell.
who
Okay, I
said
just put the link in the back chat also for the
girlfriend he never talked about Savannah to his ex-girlfriend?
the
The girlfriend.
ex, yeah, the girlfriend that he had after Savannah went missing.
What'd
She
she
had
say?
made, she had, let's see, it was on I guess a TikTok, because whoever posted it in the Facebook group says the girlfriend is no longer with Gavin, so I blocked her TikTok handle. However, I thought this was strange that he never spoke with Savannah and failed to tell his new girlfriend about her until months later. But the
Yeah.
girlfriend, or now ex-girlfriend, says, "Hey, me and Gavin haven't been dating for a while now. He cheated for years and I just gave up on the relationship. He's currently blocked, so I don't know what he's up to. About Savannah, he never talked to me about her, nor ever let her be a topic of conversation, so I don't know anything that happened between them." Now,
Right.
she could be telling the truth. She could be just, trying to keep people from bombarding her with,
Right. Yeah.
questions and messages and all this and that.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, so let's see all right, so I don't know I didn't know about Savannah until months after us dating, when he finally told me that he had a missing ex, but didn't say more. So sorry, I wish I could help more. So maybe she's putting that out there so people's not, like coming to her being like, okay, well, what did he say? Did he
Right.
give any clues or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and so you know how in her pictures, because the most recent pictures that they had of her, she's blonde.
yes, her
But
hair was actually silver.
yeah, silver.
Yeah. Okay. Also in that Facebook group, and I just saw this because King had sent me the screenshot yesterday in Discord. There's a picture in there that somebody had posted, an anonymous member posted in there from Google Earth. Two pictures. One of them does look like, they both look like they're cars in the pictures.
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay, so I went. She told me, in the one that you can see that's the cars in the water, whatever it is in the water. King was able to give me a general location of where that was at.
Mm-hmm.
I got on Google Earth, went searching in that area, and that picture or that image from Google Earth is from 2015.
Oh,
So
darn
it's
it.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I can even pull up Google Earth if y'all need me to, and I can show y'all where it says this image is from 2015. And then I can go to Google Maps and show you like this year or last year, and it looks completely different in that area. If y'all want me to,
Yeah.
I mean, I can do that if y'all need to. The
Yeah.
other picture, there's two screenshots side by side. The other one, I don't know exactly where that is at. To me, just based off the color of the water, it's going to be at the edge of the Red River and not the 12-mile Bay, just because the Bay has darker water where Red River is more muddy, clayish looking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know exactly where that is. I am going to go through the comments now that I'm in the Facebook group and see if I can maybe figure out an area just so I can go back and do the same thing with Google Earth and Google Maps.
Oh, and
Let's
you
see.
know how we were talking about how somebody tried to use her Cash App card 6 months after she
Yes,
disappeared?
I
Well,
wrote that down too.
I found out that those transactions were made from Texas.
Yeah, but they never went through.
Yeah, they never went through because, okay, so wait, hold on.
No,
Let me-
because her sister put money on them so that
Yeah.
Yeah.
they would go through. So the first two were declined because there
Yeah.
was no money. The second two went through, and they were from Texas.
But see, they also said that it could be her, or it could be somebody that found it or stole it.
Well,
Yeah.
her sister said something about the police can't get a search warrant because it's a Cash App card.
Yeah.
Something, I can't remember exactly how the sister explained it, but like it's not traceable to, and I can't remember how she explained it, but something to do with it being a Cash App card.
Yeah, it's a Cash App card.
Okay, so go ahead, Betty Jo.
The reason why she put money on it is because the very first 2 times somebody tried to use it, and she was hoping it was her, so that's why she put money on it to see if it would be used again. But like they said, it could be her, or it could be somebody found her card, or or just stole it, or so.
Yeah, because the first time that it was used was November the 13th of 2022, or attempted to be used. The second time was March 3rd, 2023. The sister then realizes that someone's trying to use it. She goes, puts money on it. Then in 2024, someone successfully used the Cash App account on February the 20th, 2024, and then again on February 27th, 2024 to complete online orders from McDonald's.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not wrong, I think all of them were for McDonald's. The first 2 that got declined, and then the last 2 that...
I think I read that. I just didn't put that in my notes. I just put it for McDonald's on the 2 that was successfully completed.
Right.
There's pictures of them in the Facebook group and I don't remember if they're I know the last 2 were McDonald's. I don't remember the first.
I watched it.
But what are the odds that somebody would just find a card this many years later, all the way in Texas?
You never know.
Where is my
where somebody stole it? That person could have.
But wouldn't... Hold on, I gotta find mine.
You really don't know if it's her or if it's not.
Because the card, well, mine doesn't expire till 2027. So I was thinking maybe by now it would have done expired, but shit, mine's got 2 more years on it. So
wait, but when was yours issued?
Whenever I got Cash Out. So I've had it.
They last for years.
Trying to think if I got it. It wasn't long after I got monetized in September 2022.
Yeah. So
wow.
I think they last for like 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
So yeah, that would be, mine expires May of 2027. I got monetized in September of 2022.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why I got it. Is so I could add that as a way, somebody didn't want to do super chats and all that. They can just do Cash App. And so I've had it since then. So I would say the end of 2022, the first of 2023, and it expires in 2027.
Yeah, they last, I think, for about 5 years.
So, I mean, hers, which...
Well, let me look at mine, because I just got mine a few months ago, because I lost my old one. So I had to get a new one. Let me see, because I just got it.
I mean, she can request, like, if hers expires, she can request, and they'll send a new one. And if she needed to change an address or anything, but it seems like if the sister has access to Savannah's Cash App account, she would be able to see if the address has been changed on there.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are right. 5 years, because mine expires in 2030.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe they last.
God, I don't even think
You're
my
welcome,
bank card.
Dreamcatcher.
I don't even think my bank card lasts that long. Let me look at my bank card.
I have no idea. I have to dig through my wallet just to find the bank card.
Your bank card lasts 5 years too.
My bank card, my bank card expires in 2032, and I've had that for about a year or 2.
Yeah, I think they last like 5 or 6 years. The bank
card. I didn't realize that.
Well, that would be something that her sister needs to try to keep up with, though. If she has access, I mean, obviously she does, if she knows that someone's trying to use it.
Well, she also put money on it, so
so she needs to keep up with that and see when it's when her card is going to expire.
Oh, that's what it was. She said the police couldn't get a warrant for those Cash App transactions because Cash App doesn't, they don't get the IP address from where the transaction is made. That's why they couldn't. That's the reason they couldn't do a search warrant on it.
Okay, real quick, y'all. It is showing me that we currently have 234 people in here, and I'm only seeing 31 likes. So if y'all could please hit the thumbs up,
Please hit
so I
that
do not have to keep refreshing my thing to make sure that I'm looking at it correctly. I would appreciate it so much. And
just so you know, I'm being on my best behavior because new people are in here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did notice that. I appreciate that very
Unless
much.
Vapor messes with me, but you know.
No, I didn't put my foot down on that. He's not gonna mess with you no more.
No.
Vapor just started.
No.
Let's see, Avery. Hush.
Who's the instigator again? I'm just
Avery Michelle.
Yes, ma'am.
If it ain't about Savannah Hale, zip it.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to set a goal.
nanner.
Shut up. You about to make me call you by your government name, Vapor. See, y'all done made me mess up what I was about to type on here.
9 years old.
See what you did, Avery?
Y'all both did it. Shit, I forgot now what I was going to type. Oh, fuck it. That's my new word. Bubbles can't hear me, can she, Betty Jo?
No.
Yes.
She said yes.
How? Oh, yes, she can.
Thank God I did not say what I was about to say.
But go ahead, because she's not paying attention.
No, yes, she was paying attention because she answered me.
She made me mess up. I'm trying to download this game for her.
But do you like my new song, Mom?
Why will it not let me set a flipping goal?
Which word is that, King?
Gigi, I know, because she just straight up answered as soon as I asked it. This will not let me.
Listen, she's probably heard worse.
I know, but I'm still not going to do that.
All right.
I'm positive. Living in a house that watches football, you're not going to be immune to that.
But it's still, I'm not going to do it because he's like a kid, so.
I get it.
She's playing her game now, so go ahead.
My new word or my new phrase is bucket. Everything is bucket.
Well, Mommy's the only one awake.
Okay, now let's see if the. Why in the mother. Oh! It will not let me set a goal. What the hell?
What the hell?
I don't understand why it won't let me do it.
Do you have to do that like the beginning of the live, or can you do it anytime during the live?
No, I can do it at any time.
Oh.
Do it anytime.
Okay, let's see if this will work now. Wait, how long have I been on here? An hour and 39.
Hour and 39 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to set the goal for 30 minutes. It won't. There it goes. Did it work? Yes, it did. Okay. Well, why it wouldn't work to begin with?
Is that a super chat goal?
Huh?
Is it a super chat goal?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of goal did you think I was doing?
Look, StreamYard has all kinds of new stuff. I had no clue.
Okay, well, I haven't dug that deep into StreamYard.
Well, today was my first time in StreamYard, and I couldn't believe how different it is. I was,
I
Well,
told you.
wow.
I told
I
you it's
do
different.
know, I do know that now the creators can gift 5 or 10 memberships a month or something like that.
Yeah, that's been going on though. That's through
I didn't know that.
YouTube.
I thought it was new.
Now,
No,
let me
that's
ask you before I forget. Okay, you know how YouTube takes a percentage of your super chats and all that good stuff?
yeah,
Yeah.
Do they take a
30%.
Yeah, do they take that percentage of your membership?
I
Um,
don't think so. I don't remember.
I I don't know.
I think
Huh.
it's just the super chats and the super stickers. I don't think it's the
Uh,
members.
Honestly, I knew they did the super chats and super stickers. I've never even thought about the memberships.
I don't know.
I
Look it
have
up
no
on.
idea.
It tells. You can look it up on Google, I believe.
You
I've got
know,
literally 47 and a half tabs open right now.
Well, I'm
Well,
not
48 and a
saying.
half now.
I'm not saying you have to do it now. I'm just saying you
Well, if I
probably could.
don't do it now, I will forget. Y'all know this.
Oh yeah.
YouTube would be smart to do their own version of like a streaming platform like StreamYard, but to have their own that we could use that's like just built right into YouTube.
Yeah, I've never. I always wonder why they never done that.
The only thing about it, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would want it built into YouTube. It would need to be, just in my opinion, a separate app
Yeah.
like StreamYard is, because if it's built in YouTube, I could only have either that or YouTube pulled up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where like
Oh,
with
It would have to be
StreamYard,
separate.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would have to be separate, because like with StreamYard, I have on my one monitor, I have half the screen is StreamYard, the other half is YouTube, like my studio with the chat and everything, because I cannot mod from uh, in the StreamYard chat. I can only mod on the YouTube chat,
Right.
and so. And of course, y'all know you can't pull anything up on the screen as far as comments or whatever from the YouTube chat. So I have to have both of them
Right.
up.
yeah, that's true.
So
That's a good point.
So if they were, it would be awesome if they would do that and
Yeah.
not charge as much money, but it still be a good streaming platform.
Yeah.
Like, because I love
Yeah,
StreamYard. That's the reason why I went ahead and paid the $45 for it, because I didn't want to pay money on something else that, one, I'm not used to. I don't know if it's going to
Mhm.
work.
Right.
They first sent me the one. I forgot the name of it, but I played around with it a little bit, but I didn't like it because I'm so used to StreamYard.
Mhm.
And so I broke down it and paid for it. But if it was, you know, as something that was good like StreamYard, I would be all for it.
Right. Yeah, because once you get used to something, you're used to what it does and you know how to work it.
Right.
Yes,
except for
then
me.
then you go to somewhere else and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
I
Sally May, have
gotta.
a good night. Avery, yours is just because you're not used to it and you haven't been on the new since it's updated. And because
Yeah,
when they changed the pricing of StreamYard, that's when a lot of this everything changed on it.
I just don't understand my audio issues because that's a brand new computer, brand new.
Did you
Like
get a new headset?
I got a wired one to
Okay.
try.
Well,
Yeah,
Does
it
yours
should
hook?
work.
Can yours hook up to wireless?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you may
You just
have to hardwire your computer too.
that
That's
or
gonna suck because my router's in the foyer, so I'm gonna have to run it
Just
all
get
the way.
just get a long Ethernet cord
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to
and just
tuck
hook
it.
it up. Just hook it up when you're live, and then once you're done with your live, just unhook it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's all you have to do. Because the Ethernet cord that I got the other day, is only like 5 foot, something like that. But my box is right here next to me.
Yeah.
Literally 2 foot from the computer. So
Yeah, I don't know who your internet service is with, but I know my son just got a new service hooked up, and I told him, when the guy comes to hook everything up, tell him you want a long Ethernet cord. And the guy gave him like 100 feet for nothing.
that's what I did have. And then I guess me moving stuff around in here and all that, the end of it broke
Yeah.
where the little plastic part is. And then what was messing up on my internet to begin with was where it plugs into the back of my box, and then you plug it into the wall. That little thing, like the wires were coming out of it. So I just called the phone company and told them that I needed a new Ethernet cord and I needed a new cord for my box. And she was like, okay, we'll come get it. So, and yes, YouTube does take a percentage of the creator's membership revenue.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's
That's crazy.
They
they
take
should not even touch
30%.
that. They should not even touch that.
See, that's why I would just rather Cash App because I hate that.
Okay, 9mm. Have a good night.
Good night, 9
Night.
millimeter.
Night, 9mm. Yeah, with mine, I'm not going
Right.
to do like taking a percentage of the money they make from their channel. I'm going to just do it, two different prices basically. If their channel just wants to put out videos, it'll be one monthly price, and if they want to do lives and videos, it'll be a different monthly price, and they can just keep whatever revenue they make off of their subscribers and their whatever money they bring in. I don't need to.
Okay, well, I get the little sister discount, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
I'm
get the
just saying, as
bratty
long as
sister discount.
so you're going to be paying more than those regular people.
Wait, what? What did he
If
say?
you make it easy, I'll pay full price. I don't care.
Wait, what
Well, I
did he
mean,
say?
if you want to do lives, it'll
Mm.
be a higher price, obviously.
Well, see,
But
the
if you
thing
want
is,
to do
I
just
would
videos,
like to do lives, but I don't know nothing about no StreamYard.
StreamYard is easy once you get used to it. No, what is the other one? Shit. A lot of the creators use it.
I don't know. Maybe
The
when I
Streamlabs?
have the web builders build that, maybe I'll just have them try to build in something like a StreamYard built into it, like you guys were talking about a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, and make it cheap too.
As
We
long
need
as
to
I,
try
as
it.
long as like I don't need to really make money off of it, but I don't want to be paying for everybody else's cloud storage. As long as I
Right.
can make the money to pay for the website's storage, then that's
Right.
fine.
Well, y'all heard it. Scarlett gets a little sister discount, so.
Yeah. And who knows? I mean, when we go into like research and development, like trial stuff, maybe we'll just take a few channels first, and if those channels, if they're willing to help out, work out the kinks, maybe we'll just give them maybe like a year free or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that's called a beta program.
Yeah.
Scott, I have never heard of Prism Live Studio, but that's not what I was talking about though. It's like, oh, fuck. I want to say Streamlabs,
Yes, there's Streamlabs. There's
but it's not called Streamlabs. Is it OSB?
I think
Yeah.
so. OSB.
Yeah, me
Oh,
and OSB. I can't do it.
They make them so complicated.
OSB is complicated. I have tried. I have played with that damn thing for 4 fucking days one time, and still don't know what I was doing.
Right. Well, that one I sent you was like an OSB for dummies, and you didn't like it, so.
I did not like it. I mean, it was the as far as the layout part of it, the layout was kind of similar to StreamYard, but as far as like bringing stuff up for people to see on the screen and inviting people and all that.
You see now your little daughter over there is trying to instigate a fight because them are fighting words right there.
Huh?
Look at her name.
Where? How is she my little daughter when she's older than me?
Well, you're the one that said you're going to pull out the mama voice on her. So.
I will pull both of y'all, and y'all are both older than me.
Avery, how old are you?
22.
Okay, yeah, I doubt that. Change your name back.
No.
No.
Girl, I know you did not tell me no. I'm about to come to Alabama.
Hey, Scarlett changed my name. Scarlett, how'd you do
yes,
that?
King OBS. I don't like it.
You changed. I didn't know you could do that to me, Scarlett.
Scarlett can change them on the panel.
Well, go change papers.
I didn't do anything.
You said a meanie to me just a little bit ago when I said I get the
yeah, and I saw that in back chat too, Avery.
I don't know nothing about back chat.
I'm not looking at back chats.
Oh, I seen it.
He hacked me.
No, he didn't hack you.
He did.
Okay, let me see. Scott said something about Prism Live Studio.
Heard of that? It's a streaming service. I've seen the guys that chase the ambulance and 911 calls. They use it, but I don't know if
service. Yeah,
I don't know if you can have like guests on it and stuff or screen share. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, if I can't have all that, then I don't want it. It's
because we like to come up.
Kelly.
We like to come up on panel.
Yeah, if I can't show stuff and it's, but I am gonna save this just so I. Where's my bookmarks?
I cannot believe. Wait, what? Avery, you went live and dropped live? What?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Scott, she went live earlier, but she was having some technical difficulties that we were trying to help her work out.
Oh, God. Bad
and it was
audio.
Yeah, her audio was bad, and I think we kind of got that part figured out a little bit, but then when she would play a video on StreamYard, it was still really crackly. So you downloaded Brave, didn't you, Avery?
Yeah, and it's still crackly, and so then I updated my audio drivers, and I also updated Windows and updated something else. So I don't know. I'm gonna try tomorrow and see.
We need to do a backstage on yours.
Yeah.
And where I can have my StreamYard pulled up too, because that's how I was trying to explain it to you today in your chat, because I had to keep pulling mine up or whatever. But we need to do a backstage on yours one day and then try to figure it out. It's got to be a setting somewhere, either a setting or a connection.
Yeah.
Or your speaker, maybe something up with your speaker that needs to be
yeah. Did you do an update on your computer, the whole computer?
Yeah.
Okay, Sally Mae, I'll make sure that they're being good. Sally Mae says she's going to lay down.
Good night, Sally Mae.
It could be like maybe in your settings or something that's
maybe on the computer. Your settings on the computer. So, okay, what am I? Oh, hold on. I got to go back to. I got that bookmarked.
I want to tell you guys too it's not official like law enforcement updates on Jack and Lily Sullivan, but some family members have been speaking out, and Daniel, the stepdad, has been going on some panels, and I wanted to tell you guys about that too.
Okay, but wait, don't you want to tell that on yours?
No. Well, yeah, but I want to tell it here too.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying, because that's something that you're talking about on yours. I mean, you can on here. I don't care, but You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, if you want to tell it, go ahead. I'm just looking up something
Okay.
uh, on
This
maps real quick.
I
this
want a desktop computer.
this man, I'm not quite sure exactly what his relation is. If he's related to Jack and Lily's mom, or if he's, I don't think he's related to Daniel. I'm not really sure, but anyhow, um, he somehow was found out or was told that Malaya has a half brother, and he said the half brother's name, but I can't remember what it was. Had arranged this with the half brother, that the half brother pulled up in a truck at the end of the road, and Malaya walked the kids down the driveway and put them in the truck. And this half brother said that it was part of her wanting to get away from him. She was wanting to leave. Well, now the RCMP, they did confirm this part. There was already an open CPS case on them, but they confirmed that there was an open case before the kids disappeared, but they wouldn't elaborate or give any details because they said it would be inappropriate. So, but apparently Malaya wanted away from him, but I don't understand what her point is of hiding the kids. But this half brother says that the kids are being hid on a reservation. And now she's so over her head that she doesn't know what to do. So then today, well, technically yesterday, when this man mentioned the half brother's name or something to Malaya, she panicked and took Meadow, the baby, got in the car and took off. Well, she's supposed to be under 24-hour watch from CPS. So her mom or her stepdad is supposed to be monitoring her at all times. So when she left, she broke that agreement with CPS. So now they took Meadow from her. And now Daniel is afraid that she is going to unalive herself because they've taken the baby from her.
There's a lot going on with it. Hey, Glowbug.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
But
I don't know how much is factual,
right, exactly.
because the only thing that came from law enforcement was that there was already an open investigation on them from CPS. I don't know what they call it there, in Canada, but CPS. All the rest of it is coming from Daniel, the family members, you know. So I don't really know how much is factual or how much isn't, but
I don't
that's,
believe that part. I believe there's a CPS case open on them, but I don't believe the other parts.
you know, so I don't know.
I'm looking up something in Savannah's case, but I'm
And
listening.
Daniel, he was an addict, but he's been clean for 2 years, and he goes to meetings. And
Well, in that video that you played today, he said that the whole story about there being the substance party, that wasn't true, that the person that put that rumor out was trying to cover their own self.
yeah,
But cover themselves from what?
yeah. That's what I was wondering too. There was a lot of stuff in that video that was. Um, I'm trying to remember what else was in there, but there's a lot. So there's like a lot more to this whole case story than what we knew. And I guess Malaya also took a polygraph.
Oh, did she?
But he said he didn't know what her results are. I mean, I'm
Ah,
assuming she passed it because she's not in handcuffs, but
that's interesting. But it wouldn't make sense though if wait, what am I? Oh, I put my thing back on my chat. Um, if so, the kids are not Daniel's. If she's
that,
wanting
yeah,
to leave him, I get the baby Meadow is his, but the other two are
hmm
not his. Why, if she walked them out to get in the vehicle with someone and she did, why would she do that if she was wanting to leave him? That makes no sense.
No, that's why I don't believe any of that.
see, I was trying to make sense of it all too, but they were saying that Malaya suffers from severe postpartum depression
Hmm.
and some sort of mental illness. So I don't know, but and it's going to turn into I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys it's going to turn into a Sebastian Rogers shit show here real
Oh
quick
God, I hope
because
not.
oh it is because unfortunately the channels that Daniel's been picking to go on
Oh God,
are the you know
yeah.
so it's going to be it's going to
Bas-
turn into
How
it's
about
basically
TikTok?
oh, hold on, Dreamcatcher. Avery, just say something in the chat real quick, just so I can grab your channel link. Um,
okay.
basically, it's channels, and I'm not going to say any of the channels' names because I don't know them. But basically, what you're saying, Avery, is just channels that are out for clicks and views and money.
Yep. But
Yeah.
I haven't really seen him on any YouTube channels. I've seen him on TikTok.
I haven't seen him, which I don't go. Avery. Um, I don't
So
go
he
usually to other channels unless like mine. I went
oh
to Avery's today. Avery's panel is the first panel I had been on since Kylie Rodney's case because I don't even
yeah.
go on other people's
So
panels.
I'll give you so there's one I'm not going to mention the channels, but there is one channel that I will mention just because it's in Canada and everybody knows but Joseph Morrison,
Oh,
Mhm.
that motherfucker right there! I can't stand him.
that's one.
I oh, I
Know
can
the
tell
other
you right
one.
now, I will not anything that man puts out to me is a bald faced fucking lie.
And then a couple of the other channels are in the US, but they are channels that you guys know that I cannot stand.
Just on I don't like him. He put
Put him
out
in the
that whole
back chat,
shit
Avery. I'll tell
uh,
you.
on during the Brian Laundry case when they were searching for Brian Laundry, and then he got up and admitted that he did it and laughed about it. The whole uh, boat video that was like 3 seconds long, trying to make it like Brian Laundry was in the boat and he accidentally went live and all this and that. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also the one that came out with the video in the Idaho 4 case way back in the day of the screen.
Yep, he is.
You're
He's the
welcome,
one who did this
Dreamcatcher.
thing.
So
Yeah.
I just dropped Avery's channel link. So if y'all are not subbed up to her, please go sub up to her. I think she says she's going to start going live every night at 8 o'clock Central
Yeah.
Time.
Yep.
If we can get her audio worked out.
Oh, I'm gonna get that shit fixed if I have to take it into a store and tell them to make the shit play for me.
I think it's some kind of setting with your audio or something with your speaker. It's got to be something simple. Just on his channel, it's huge.
Oh
Joseph Morrison.
yeah, I just I don't get it. I put the other channels in the back chat, but they're drama channels, just is my point. I mean, like, why of all the channels that are out there, why do these parents keep picking the
Because
worst?
they don't know better. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not on YouTube like we are every single day. So they don't know who the good ones are, the bad ones, or who's just out for the clicks and the views and the money. where we know because we're here every day. We do this every 7 days a
Right.
damn week. Whether I'm live or not, we're still doing something with
Yeah.
true crime 7 days a week. And they're not. So if somebody hits them up that has a YouTube channel, they're like, oh damn, somebody from YouTube is, they're wanting to interview me, and they jump on it not knowing any better.
Yeah.
And
So,
one of those that you put in the back chat, I used to watch,
mhm.
really liked him. Okay, had conversations with him when he was friends with another YouTuber who is no longer on YouTube.
Mhm.
And then when that Kylie Rodney thumbnail came out, that was
Yeah.
it. That day that he put that thumbnail out, I unsubscribed to him.
It was whenever he was enhancing
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't anymore. But
9mm.
I was gonna
9mm said YouTube needs an advocacy board to direct parents to legit channels.
that would be
Yep.
awesome. Yeah. But so yeah, I'm gonna do lives at 8 o'clock, but I'm gonna try to. The reason I decided to start going live again, I'm gonna try to cover trials during the day, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure when I'll start. But I have to. I had my MRI, and I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna be able to, work for Amazon much longer.
Yeah. So your MRI is tomorrow, right?
No, it was Tuesday, but I had to reschedule it for today because it was a bad storm.
Oh,
So,
wait a minute. Hold on. Well,
what day's
no.
today?
Okay, it's
Is it?
Friday now. Okay, no, it was Wednesday. It was the day of the hearing. Remember, and you were going to miss it,
Yeah. Okay. So,
and
yeah.
then you were
So
having storms. So
today.
okay, I was thinking you rescheduled it for Thursday, y'all.
Yeah.
I've done lost a day somewhere in this week.
Yeah. Well, I had it done today.
Oh,
So
okay.
because it was Wednesday, but then it was storming real bad. I still can't drive in
In the
heavy
rain.
rain.
Um, Tiff,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that super chat. That was very nice of you. Thank you.
And you didn't give Tiffany a hard time in Discord about not having black socks. She posted the picture of her socks that she ordered off of Temu, and you didn't
But
give her.
they wasn't white.
No, they
Uh,
weren't.
but mine are gray. I have gray ones with pink stripes, and you said no, can't have those either.
No, I just said you couldn't have white. Wait,
Yeah,
what is
she did
millimeter
say that.
talking about? Oh, monkey boy. Okay, never mind. I see what she's talking about. Yeah, no white socks. And see, I can't be. Who was it that posted it? Tiff? Is that who you said?
Yeah.
Okay, but see, me and Tiff, like, we don't go with each other like that.
She's too dang laid back about everything.
That's what I'm saying. Me and her don't go with each other like that. You just can't have white socks if you're going to be my friend. That's just all there is to it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
If I'm your true friend, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to be straight up, direct, and honest with you and tell you how it is. No white socks.
that's the kind of friend I am too, but some people can't handle that kind of, honesty.
I mean, that's the only way I know how to be.
Well, if
So
they can't handle the honesty, then they ain't your true friend.
if you're somebody's true friend, you tell them.
You tell them the truth, whether it hurts or not.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing now. No white socks.
But I ain't listening because I still have white socks.
If I come to your house and I find white socks, I am tossing them in the trash. Just letting you know.
Oh, I will cry.
I don't care. Can't be friends with you having white socks. I'm sorry. See, that one, Tiff's super chat, it let me love you for some reason, when Just Dawn did hers, it wouldn't let me click the little heart on it. Why?
Huh.
So, and I just looked up Savannah's boyfriend's grandparents' house on Google Maps.
Yeah.
So they do live literally right off the North Market.
Okay.
So where North Market crosses over I-220,
Mhm.
and I showed y'all where the Chevron was, and remember they said that her phone pinged at the Brookshire's across the street from the Chevron.
Uh-huh.
It's not even a mile up the road
Okay.
from there, where you turn off on the little street. It's just, and I even did the little street view thing,
Mhm.
and their house is blurred out on Google Maps.
Oh, it's blurred out. Okay, so
Yeah,
a lot of people must have been pulling it
yeah,
up. Mhm.
probably, or driving by there or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has the mailboxes right there. You can see that it is that address.
Mine's blurred out now too on every Zillow, everything.
Shit. Google, the Google part, they don't even come down our road. They're like, fuck that, I am not going down that dirt road. So
Yeah,
you can't even street view my road. So
I didn't know that was an option, and until I went through that last ordeal with somebody,
right.
sharing the picture of my house and my
Hmm.
address. So then I found out how easy it is to go and have your house blurred out.
Yeah, there was another case that we
There was a
was
house blurred out on the Kohberger. Remember, we were going all up and down the streets in Idaho, and we kept coming to that one blurred house.
which house was that?
I don't crap.
Whose house was it?
I don't remember whose it was, but I remember that we kept coming to a blurred house.
Because I know there was another case that had we had talked about that had the house was blurred out.
Yeah.
Sally Mae.
But I kind of think Savannah's alive too.
I mean, if she is, that would be awesome. Seriously, but like her family needs to know, even if she just reached out to them and not anyone else,
Yeah.
um, and just let them know that she's okay.
Yeah, because her mom, oh shit. So I forgot all about this. So on the America's Most Wanted episode that has Savannah in it, well, so they cover 3 cases in the one episode. The first one is Chelsea Grimm, and me and Vapor were actually playing it the other night and backstage, and her parents are talking more in that than anything. And there's like a bunch of things a lot of information that we didn't know about that case. Like her pulling into somebody's driveway and a man recording her and hollering at her to get off the property. And what else, Vapor? There was more. There was more.
I know that if you remember,
Well, we
she
didn't
did go to
finish
the
watching it.
hotel. Wait, what are we?
There was a bunch of stuff in there about Chelsea. There's a whole other private investigator who's been working the case, not SF, but it's a whole other investigator.
I still think that
Oh, that's what it was.
she just walked away.
Okay, that's what it was. So you know how she left her camera in her vehicle? Whenever they pulled the I know it's not called film, but the images that she had taken a picture of a white truck, and she took it in her rear view mirror or her side view mirror of a white truck with the back end, so it was going like away from her, and took a picture of the license plate on it.
Hold on, I'm trying to read something real quick.
And she had a bunch of pictures of like these shrines that she had made out there in the woods. Oh, and they found a campsite where she apparently had been.
Okay. Shit, I just forgot what I was about to say now. I was trying to read something. Tiff, you're welcome. Damn it, it just literally went out my head because I was going to say something when you were done.
Oh, I don't know.
And it was about Chelsea Graham. It'll come back to me in a minute. Why did her parents not go get her stuff? So did they ever go get her stuff? 9mm?
No. Wait, you mean the stuff out of her car?
Yeah, Chelsea Graham stuff.
Yeah, I think they had it sent to them. They didn't get her car. But I think they got her stuff because they have her camera. They were showing the pictures that she took, out in that area where her car was abandoned. And it's weird because there's like this white truck behind her, and for some reason she takes her camera and puts it on her side view mirror on the driver's side to take a picture of the back of that truck and its license plate.
Could that have been possibly somebody that was bothering her or maybe following her, and maybe she took the picture and left the camera as, like, hey, these people. Well, wait, what was the boy that, oh shit, the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever he was, we lost Betty Jo. What kind of vehicle were they in? Do y'all remember they drove there to look for her?
So, they said that they ended up verifying that he never left California.
I thought he got all over the damn internet talking about he went down there looking for her.
Yeah, but the police said that they verified that he never actually even left California.
Oh, well, damn. Okay,
and then
King wants you real quick to repeat again where there was a campsite at.
Somewhere near where her car was found. It wasn't too far from that. They found a campsite that they believe was hers because I think they said her shirt was there, one of her shirts or something. And then it was weird too about all of her tires being flat. That was weird.
Yeah, but the thing though, if she's taking a picture of the back of a truck to get the plate, that kind of sounds like maybe they were following her or something, and she was trying to like get a picture but not make it like she was taking a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mhm. Now, her dad said that she would find it believable that she joined some kind of spiritual cult or something, but her parents are in that video, because that's the most I've heard her parents talk. They sound just absolutely heartbroken. Like her mom was, talking about how she can't sleep, and they were showing pictures of her when she was a little girl and videos and stuff.
That case is just weird. For real. All right, Betty Jo, you back?
Yeah.
What else? Vapor, you don't remember? Vapor, you don't remember what else I told you was in that Chelsea Graham video that was new? Oh,
no, I think you covered something.
She had a checklist written out in her vehicle of things that she needed to do, and was scratching them off or putting a line through them as she did them. So like it like I don't know. It's weird.
Well, okay, wasn't she? I'm trying to think back. This may be a different case. Wasn't she the one that the friend came up on the panel that time, claiming that they had all went to that school up north somewhere? Okay, okay. I thought that
Yeah,
was the same
I
one.
remember that now. Yeah.
That lady was drunk or something.
Yeah, she was.
Said that they were some part of some chat group from people that went to that school.
Yeah, something like that, and that how bad the school was, and all that. And I think we even looked into the school. I don't think were they even still open.
No, I think that they might have reopened under some other thing because there was so many complaints or something that they closed it down.
Yeah. Hey, Ginger.
I think it's still there, but I don't know what it's being run.
Yeah, I can't even. I remember that it was a school for like troubled teen girls or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was her because she was the one that there was pictures on her social media with a Bible.
Yep.
And there was a certain scripture or something that she had wrote down. Hell, I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's been so long ago, y'all, and we've talked about so much since then.
I wish I could. I wish I would have jotted down all the new information that was in that America's Most Wanted video, because there was quite a bit.
So, okay, it's on the same episode as Savannah's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have 3 cases on. So they have they started this missing persons segment, and they have 3 cases on there. The first one is Chelsea. The second one is a boy. I don't remember his name. And then the third one is Savannah. And they don't have much information about Savannah's on there. It was very short.
I mean, really,
Chelsea's was long.
there is not a whole lot of information about her case online anywhere that I could find. And I mean, I haven't went through the Facebook group yet, but
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot.
So there's not been anything said from law enforcement about her case or anything? And what is up with law enforcement in your state?
I mean, honestly, either one, they're not doing their job, or two, they're keeping it close to the vest and they're not going to say anything. So there's literally, and this is in every city, but Shreveport, Caddo Parish, there is some bullshit every night going on.
Hey,
honestly.
say that parish again.
Caddo?
Caddo, okay. I was listening to a podcast today when I was driving, and they were calling it Caddo.
No, it's
Caddo
Caddo.
Parish.
It's Caddo. It's just like the Caddo Indian.
Okay, gotcha.
You have to watch. King, I know. I need to watch all those videos. I need to watch the America's Most Wanted one. Y'all know me in time.
I posted the America's Most Wanted one in Discord the other night.
Okay, so I need to find all the AWP ones are on their YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on day 3 of that one.
And then there's another diving. Sorry, Vapor.
Yeah.
Not really. There's another diving channel too that does one on her. But can you believe they've pulled 10 cars out of the water looking for her car? That's crazy.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I was blown away about 2 cars being
I'm
pulled.
telling y'all, if y'all go to Google Maps or even Google Earth and you go to Shreveport or just mostly Shreveport just because that's where she's from and where she's missing from, and you go down the edge of the Red River where there's a road that's parallel to it, there is no barrier between the road and the river.
Yeah.
There's no barriers between a road, whether it's a small road, a dirt road, a road out in the cow pasture or whatever, between that road and 12 Mile By. Maybe some trees, but that's it.
I just don't think, given the text messages that she sent to her boyfriend after she went through his phone when he was passed out drunk, the text messages she sent to her sister, then she powered her phone off. I don't think she's in the water.
She
Now,
might have
it,
she might have
it,
turned her phone off because she didn't want the boyfriend to say anything back to her.
Who are you talking about?
Savannah.
Savannah.
Oh. Well, we went from Chelsea to Savannah like in 2.2 seconds.
Oh,
Betty Joe, you know
No,
that's
that
how
was
we do
because of
stuff.
Avery and the America's Most Wanted missing stuff.
oh
I
yeah.
watched it. I watched both of them. I mean, I watched it all.
Oh, did you? So you watched everything about Chelsea?
Yeah. That's the first one that came on.
So what was it? What remind? Okay, there was like other information in there that there was like new information or stuff that we didn't know. What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. The campsite, the photographs. There was photographs of like shrines
Yeah,
that,
she set up a shrine and take photos of them.
yeah. Um, what do you think about the photograph that she took of the white truck with the license plate?
Mhm. I don't think she walked away from there. I can tell you that.
Ginger said, "Where does America's Most Wanted air? Where was it that y'all watched those
On
episodes?"
Hulu. On
Okay.
Hulu.
Yeah,
So
but
I did.
is Ginger in Discord?
Uh, I think so.
I
Okay.
didn't watch
Avery
it on
posted
Hulu.
those in there.
It airs on different ones, but I watch it on Hulu.
So the ones though that the Chelsea Gremlin and the Savannah Hill window are on Hulu.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, and
there.
yeah, Ginger's in Discord.
Oh, okay. Ginger, I'll repost it. Um,
Let me see if I can find your post, and then I'll just I'll redo it.
okay. Yeah, that way we could drop it in the chat too, because it's a free
Yeah, it's 3 cases together.
no,
But they go over each
free.
case. They go over each case. But if you have Hulu, you can watch it on Hulu. If you have it, I think it's on. There's a couple other ones, but I can't remember what.
Well, whatever platform I watched it on that I posted in Discord, it was a free one.
Yeah, Hulu is free too. All you do is type it in, it comes up.
Hulu is not free.
Well, I'm saying if you have Hulu, you can watch it for free.
I get it for
You probably
free.
watched it on like a YouTube channel.
Okay, you posted dailymotion.com video, Avery.
Yep,
Is that
that's it. Yeah.
okay? Okay.
Yeah, well, if you have Hulu, you can watch it on Hulu too.
Well, not everybody can afford Hulu.
I'm just saying if they Avery, don't make
My
fun of Alabama.
my Hulu's free, so I don't have to worry about it.
Don't well, you can watch it on Hulu, Scarlett.
Okay, Ginger in Discord, I'm going to tag you in this with this link also.
And Avery, I don't pay for Hulu. My daughter does.
Oh my gosh. Bad enough Vapor picks on me. Now I got to deal with you too.
I'm not.
I always pick on you, so
Well, I ignore you.
oh, excuse me.
Oh shit!
Who's
It's-
picking on you? I'm not picking on you.
Excuse me.
When Scarlett picks on me, it just kind of flies over my, like.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not see the video I posted in Discord about how Avery drives with you guys?
Yes.
Oh, the singing.
How am I?
No,
No, the way the driver out.
Oh no, I
Never-
missed it.
Avery.
he posted a video and said this is what it would be like if Avery drove on our road trip, and then the woman driving, like, she goes off, I don't know, goes off the road and like hits all these holes, and
Um, Elsie, she was a river once dammed up from long. Elsie, that I don't know.
Betty Joe.
What? What'd I do?
You call me a hooker one more time.
Okay, Ginger, you're welcome.
My granddaughter said, Avery, stop picking on me.
She, I,
You're
she
welcome,
thinks,
Dreamcatcher.
She
she
said,
thinks,
tell her to stop, mom.
she thinks you're lying.
Now, listen, go ahead, say it. See? I'm not lying.
I heard her. She said, Mom, please stop.
No, she said, tell her to stop.
She said, Mom.
Baby, what'd you just say? Now,
Nope.
you will never get over on her with me.
What is
Because
that supposed to say? I don't know how to what?
I don't know how to behave.
In my defense, they started. They pick on me first.
I didn't pick on you. How'd I pick on you from saying that I don't pay for Hulu? My daughter does.
It
What's
might
that
have
got
just
to do
been the
with picking
hooker
on you?
comment.
Called me a hooker,
Oh, I tell
which
you
I
that all
really
the
don't
time.
mind, actually.
I tell you that all the time.
See, this is why if me and Avery were to go somewhere, I would have to make sure that she has her home training done first.
She has to be toilet trained.
And that I go over before we walk in the door anywhere to behave. Thingamajig, how are you?
Oh,
And thank you.
you guys should see me in church. The first time David ever went to church with me, the whole time he was like kept looking at me like kind of weird, and then after all the activities, we did church and then the little luncheon and stuff, and we walked out and we were walking to the car, and he stopped and he goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Who is that person that I was just with in church?"
That's because you behave in church.
Okay, I have a question real quick
Yes.
about Savannah Hill's case that I just
Okay.
thought of. The sister said that whenever she called Savannah back and there
Right.
was no answer,
Right.
in one of the articles it said that she then went to Savannah's apartment.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Okay, but then I read in another one that she went to the grandmother's house.
Yeah, she went to the grandmother's house. I know that. I don't know anything about
Okay, well, where's the apartment coming in to play at? Because
I think that the grandmother's house has got like one of those
no, it's just a regular house.
oh,
Yeah,
well then
It's
I
a
don't
brick house.
well
she
then
went
I don't know.
because Savannah had an apartment, but I guess they stayed at the grandmother's house because I guess he lived there or whatever.
Yeah.
So she would
Okay.
stay there too.
Yeah, and she said when she got there he was still passed out drunk.
Yeah, but she did go to her apartment to see if she was there, and she wasn't there.
Okay.
Her car wasn't there, and she wasn't there.
That question just popped in my head.
Oh, it
Oh,
is your house?
she is getting sassy tonight, y'all.
Yo, she is sassy.
Damn, I've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Oh, in the game? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. She's playing the game.
Okay, so Avery, tomorrow, do you have to work?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get home, we need to dig into this case some more, and then we also need to do a backstage so we can try to figure out your audio issues.
Yeah, so I'm planning before I leave for work, I'm gonna do a test live and see if my audio is fixed. But
Okay.
yeah, And it depends too on, because we've been having storms every day, so it also depends on if it's going to storm or not, because if it's storming, then my ass don't drive.
Okay, because I also need to get up in the I got to be up early in the morning. I got to get up at like 7. Um, so I'm gonna try to watch all the AWP videos tomorrow and the America's Most Wanted
Hmm.
episodes
Yeah.
because I want to watch the one about Chelsea also, but I for sure need to watch
Yeah,
the Savannah one.
it's America's Most Wanted Missing Person.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I really think something I was thinking about. Is there a way to take Savannah's picture and like run it on the internet and see if it matches up with like any, like say she's using a different name?
Yeah, on revert the what is it? The reverse image search.
Okay, because I was thinking if she is alive and disappeared and is using another name, she may still be using a picture of herself, maybe with different color hair. I don't know, but something tells me that she's alive.
Let's see.
And I guess if nothing else, then
I don't
we
see
got to
her
come
doing that
to,
to her sisters.
we
I
got to
just
go to Louisiana and we got to get in a boat and we got to go look
what the fuck you gotta get in a boat for? We have roads here.
You can get
to
you
look
get
in
in the
the
boat.
water.
You going in the
Okay.
water?
Okay, let me tell you something. We have alligators here, and we have fish big enough in the rivers that would swallow you.
That's what I'm asking her. Is she gonna go in
I'll
the
just
water?
push Vapor off the boat so they'll swallow him. Ooh, I wonder if I could get Doug Bishop to go. Oh, he's married, but he could still go.
Lord help us.
Ooh,
Can
that's an
we?
idea.
Okay. Vapor, can you do the reverse image search
It's Doug Bishop. Ooh,
when
ooh,
you yes, with it? Do you have her photo?
Scarlett, can you mute
I mean,
her?
it's not going to be hard to get one.
Okay. Well, if you have it, then I won't worry about sending it to you. But if you can do that, but just whenever you get time, it doesn't have to be like right now. But
Well, I'll be
yeah,
home in the morning if you want to do stuff in the morning when you get up.
okay. Yeah, because I'll be up like at 7, something like that.
Yeah, I gotta go in at like 1:30, but I'll be back.
Okay.
what do you say? 1:30 in the afternoon? I can't hear him.
Yes.
Why do you sound so far away?
I don't know why.
Because
Okay,
he's
that's
back away
fine.
from his mic.
Maybe he's doing something, Avery.
Nope. I'm just sitting here. I changed the way the mic was facing up.
Fuck, what else was up there? Oh, no. Okay. So what were you talking about the water, Avery?
Oh, I was saying, I guess, if we can research, but if we don't come up with anything, then we can get a boat and go look in the water and see if we can see. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
We got to get Doug Bishop with us to
Yeah,
see that
because
all
you're
the.
not going to be able to be in a boat and look over into the water and see
No.
anything
no.
below the surface.
You're gonna have to get all
not
the
here.
equipment. You have to get all the equipment they got, and then learn.
Yeah,
But
it's a
didn't
whole reason
didn't,
to get Doug Bishop with us.
but didn't they already search for her vehicle?
Yeah, AWP's looked 5 times
Yeah,
at least,
exactly.
5 shows.
They found it, so
It could still be. I mean, just because they haven't found, it could
But
still be in there somewhere.
but the thing is though, they only searched 12 Mile Mile, right? They didn't do Red River, did they?
Yeah, they
I-
did. They did.
Yeah,
They did.
they
You
did
got to
Red
watch the
River.
series, like
They
King's
out
telling
in
you.
the river.
Mhm.
Yeah, they've
See, I'm
looked
gonna
at
have
a
to-
lot of places.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it because the Red River, you have to be very, very careful in it.
Yeah, they
A lot of current at certain times, very, very deep.
I mean, they're professionals, so
yeah, they did quite a lot of searches.
But
I'm
And
gonna have
then
to watch all their
Map,
stuff tomorrow.
that
I don't
mapping
think she's
system
in
they
that
use
water.
is pretty cool too.
yeah,
I
What is
don't
it?
think. I don't think she'd be
Caltapo
in
or
that water.
something? Or Sartapo?
I don't remember. I remember them saying, was it during the Kylie Rodney case that they talked about the equipment that they used?
Oh, the equipment. Yeah, I'm talking about the mappings. The
Yeah,
map.
that's what. Yeah, all the different things. Or was it something else I was watching and they were talking about? I don't remember now.
They don't use
Vapor.
Google Maps or any of that stuff. They use SAR topo, whatever.
Dreamcatcher,
Download.
honestly, the only thing I do is I screenshot it. It goes to my screenshot folder, and then I move it from there to my download folder, and then I create new folders for each one of the cases, and just move it in my download folder to the case folder. But everything is screenshotted, pretty much. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Vapor, in those videos when they're searching for Savannah and they were finding all the other vehicles, did any of those vehicles have bodies in them?
No, he cleared them while he was down there. Yeah,
It's
there
more
wasn't
than
any
likely, it's just probably vehicles that were used in crimes or stolen,
Yep.
and they ran them. I'm telling y'all, there's no barriers.
Uh,
It's very easy to run a vehicle off in the river, and nobody even know that a vehicle is there because there's no barriers.
wow.
I don't think she's in that water. I really don't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't either. I think she's alive somewhere.
I mean, I'm hoping she's alive somewhere, but
And if she took off, if she powered her phone off and took off somewhere,
I don't
she
know.
could have ran into foul play.
I'm just curious about the the parking garage. But the thing is, though, that parking garage should have cameras on the inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
It does,
Well,
and that's when she was in that parking garage. Is when she Google searched, "Can you die from a 3-story fall?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell
oh,
you that part. She did. She searched that.
so her
Like
phone. So she cut her phone back on then.
it was
Yeah,
still
while she
on
was in
then.
there, it was on. Yeah, because they knew she was there, and I'm pretty sure that parking garage has cameras also because they were talking about that.
Because it says at 6:08 that morning after she called the sister and left the message, she powered the phone off and it
Well,
was never turned back on. Then
no,
7:03 is
it
when she's
was.
seen leaving the parking garage.
No, because it was because after her sister tried, I guess, calling her back and she didn't answer, or after she called her sister and she didn't get no answer, she texted her saying, "I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
can't do this no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
She texted 3 people, her sister and 2 other people.
See, I'm gonna have to go watch all this shit
Well,
tomorrow
she
morning.
texted both of her sisters, and she texted an ex online boyfriend. I think he's in California.
Mm-hmm. And then she Google searched about I guess if she jumped from that parking garage, 3 stories.
And then
Yeah,
when
because
I
it's only like I think maybe 3 stories max.
and I think
That
But
when
one here.
when she tried to call Savannah back is when she found out the phone wasn't on anymore.
yeah,
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to that parking garage. I think it's only like 3 stories.
but like all of her last text
It might be
messages
4.
and her search history would lead somebody to think that she was getting ready to end her life.
Right.
But then her sister said that they never she never showed any, suicidal. But I mean, who's to say? You really don't know because they hide it well.
Yeah, most people don't.
Yeah.
Well, it's you got the ground level, and then you've got two more levels, and then you've got. Let me see if this one has a. If you can park up top. Yeah, you can. So
Yeah. There's 4 levels actually.
there's one,
Ground
two,
level.
three. Yeah, there's 4 parking levels. Hold on, I'll
Yeah.
pull it up here.
What
Real
was
quick.
Vapor? What was the exact Google search again?
Can you die from a 3-story fall? Something
Okay.
really
Probably was on
similar
like
to that.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's the parking garage right there. You can go in from this side, or you can go in from a street over. Where
The back.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, where this building right here is up here, you can go in from that side also.
Hmm. I wonder if she was on any kind of medication.
They didn't say.
That would have to be something that her family would have to put
Yeah,
out.
her.
Yeah.
Say.
Oh gosh, and her mom, I don't remember where I watched the video of her mom. Oh, that woman was just crying her eyes out.
Yeah, it's sad, and I hope she is alive, and I hope maybe
I mean,
one
that would
day they
be
find
awesome
her.
if she was. But she, if she is, at least reach out to at least your mama
Right.
and let her know, because or even your sister, because the sister did say that like they have been like very very close since they were little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Well, that's
reach
why I
out
said I don't think she would do that to her
to
sisters.
sister. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know
And I also
because
don't think she'd stay away for 2.5 years either. So who knows?
I mean, if she's no longer with us and she's not in the water, then my money's going to go on. She ran into somebody in the parking garage.
That, or she, wherever like she was traveling to, ran into somebody
Mhm.
along the way.
Because
I wonder what the text to the ex-boyfriend in California said.
I don't know because they never said.
That would be interesting to know.
I'm not sure. I know her sister was talking to what's his name, Jared, about it, and I don't know if she said anything about what it said.
Yeah, I don't think
So
because they never said it on the America's Most Wanted.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
talking
this
about
was
the
adventures.
AWP videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go and watch them.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
her
to get up.
sister gives a lot of information in those videos.
Yeah, I'm not done. I think there's 5 of them. I'm on 3 right now.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to get up in the morning and just watch them because I don't have anything else to do. So I may just get up and do that in the morning.
If I wake up in the morning and my back
So
is
you can
the
look at
same.
King's comment.
You just cut me off. That is so
Oh
rude.
well, like hot
What?
take.
Okay,
Oh.
so King says yes, he was talked to. He was not an internet boyfriend. The guy was her best friend for like 10 years.
See, Vapor, you were wrong.
All I was trying to do was put out who the other text was to. I thought he was referred to as an ex-internet boyfriend.
Mm.
I don't know. I'll watch them in the morning. I'll watch all the AWP ones, and then I will watch the America's Most Wanted one, and I will take my notes and then come back with the facts.
Yeah.
Let me catch up in chat real quick, y'all. Because I'm going to have to get off here. I've been on here almost 3 hours tonight, y'all.
Oh no.
It was fun.
It was.
Yeah, Vapor, you should come up more.
We didn't know if it was going to let him come up or not because he doesn't have a channel. But
Well, I made a new one, but we'll see.
Well, I
Yeah.
need you to comment in the chat then so I can.
I can't. I've been looking at that. I don't know if they've approved it or what, but
Okay.
But yeah, if it for some reason, I don't know, I'll figure it out with those jackasses.
Yeah, you don't have to have a channel to come up on StreamYard.
Well, that's what we didn't know if he would have to have one or not. I
Right.
mean, it's working fine.
Yeah.
So whenever they approve it or whatever, just make sure you come in the chat and comment so I can give your wrench back to you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I guess I'm about to get off of here for the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down.
Okay,
All
I'm
right,
going
well,
down.
Good night,
All
All right. Well,
everybody.
thank you. Y'all have a good night. Thank you all for coming up.
Yep, you too.
Good night.
Everybody.
Ginger, go ahead, Vapor.
I was going to say goodnight to everybody, and I'll talk to you a little later.
Okay. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right. Ginger, he did have one, but for some reason YouTube took it down, and he didn't even have any content on it, and I guess didn't give a reason why they took it down. So he's trying to get a new one done. But as soon as he gets a new one done, then we'll drop that link as well in the chat. But like I said, we did post Avery's in the chat earlier. Hopefully y'all went and subbed up to her because she's going to start doing her lives every night at 8 o'clock Central Time. So come on, and then I'll come on after she's done with hers. So I'm about to get out of here. See, it's been very nice. Thank you, Scarlett. Dreamcatcher, you're very welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm about to get out of here tonight. That way I can go try to get some sleep. And thank you to everybody who did the super chats. That was very nice of y'all and very much appreciated. So all the ones who come in from Shizzy's channel, thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you all, and I will talk to all of you later.